Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am here, Zero, and I am casting with Mr. Mazur today. We have an excellent Group C to cast between Ziki, Razz, StRyKeR, DragOn, and Tech. So I hope that we have some Protoss enjoyers over here. Definitely Mr. Mazur is one of them. So tell me what you think about the group, Mr. Mazur.
Hi everyone. The group is absolutely amazing. Ziki, Razz, StRyKeR, DragOn, and Tech. A lot of PvPs, PvZs, and just one ZVZ. So can't be any better for me at least.
Yeah, very strong Protosses and strong Zergs. This season we have a format that top 2 players are advancing to the winner bracket, third and fourth players are advancing to the loser bracket. So we need to pick one player who will be eliminated out of those guys. And do you have any predictions?
The group is quite good, I would say. The favorites for the top positions is for sure Sziky. He's been a long pillar of the community, one of the best Zergs in outside of Korea. So Ziki is for sure for one of the favorites here. But on the opposite side, it's very difficult. But I would have to say that Tech potentially, because Razz, StRyKeR, DragOn, those guys are very good. I'm not saying Tech isn't good, but I think that amongst the five, he might be the least favorite.
Okay. Yeah, we had a poll on the BSL Discord who people think will be eliminated, and the results of this poll are not like we have 8 votes for Razz and 8 votes for Tech, 44% for them. So there is split decision, like how to say, split opinion on who will advance or and who will be eliminated.
And I would say that Razz, a year or maybe a little bit longer ago, I would say that Razz might be the person. He was because he is not that commonly seen in Pro League, right? I think last or the season before the last was his first appearance in Pro League. So,
Yeah.
and now I see that, and from the games I saw, I was really impressed. So I wouldn't say Razz is on the voting outcome doesn't agree with me fully, but let's see. There's a lot of mirrors, right? Mirrors are tricky. Everything can happen. Everything can happen in StarCraft in general, but in mirrors, even more so.
Yeah, I agree, and that's why we have you here with me, Super Gosu Old School Protoss. But we will start with the match between Ziki and Razz. So hard match to start with. I guess that's how I set it up. I wanted to have like everyone play with Ziki, and then we will see.
To make Ziki tired, right?
Yeah, let's say it this way. Let's say it this way. But we have those excellent guys, and favorite foreigner of Ziki is Gypsy, which is very interesting because normally you have a favorite foreigner as a race which you are playing, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm surprised for that. Okay. But saying that Gypsy is very strong, so and he has a lot of knowledge, so why not?
Yeah, that's definitely very interesting. Yeah, I guess if you are ready, Mr. Mazur, we can jump into the first map. It's going to be on Polestar. And I have the players ready, so if you want, we can jump into it.
Okay, let's start.
Let's wait for Ziki confirmation. Oh, it says best of 3, but I will fix it.
Yeah, so all the matchups are best of 1.
Yeah. All the matches are best of 1, so we are starting Ziki versus Razz on Polestar.
Okay. Game number 1. Ziki versus Razz on Polestar. Razz, the US Protoss player. It's pink or something like that. Magenta, right? Color, top right side of the map. Whereas Sziky as the blue, of course, Zerg, our Hungarian Zerg, in the bottom left side of the map. So we have a cross map position. What can favorite either of the race depending on the opening they will select.
Yeah, it's pretty hard choice from the Razz perspective to decide what to do, because against the player as Ziki, it's pretty hard to decide to go for the gateway first, because he will very often punish it with running by some links into your main base, right? And
Yeah,
he has APM to keep the links alive.
Exactly, he's very aggressive and he sees those slight openings. In this manner, he reminds me of, or rather, Zyki's gameplay reminds me of SoulK, right? SoulK also sees those kind of small openings. It can do magic with only a couple of links.
And we can see 9 pull from Ziki, actually, not overpull, but 9 pull against what seems like a Forge.
Oh, that's a good option for Razz. A little bit advantage at the beginning. But this is a 9 gasless, so Sziky isn't that heavily invested. It's even like with a gas streak, so he has that additional drone to do something with it. So in this case, scout the opponent.
And I believe he will even want to force 2 cannons. Oh my god, but Razz doesn't identify that this is 9 pull and not overpull, so he wants to go for Nexus? No, it's... Yeah, he needs to go for the cannon.
If with cutting probes, he would be able to start with the Nexus and we have double cannons. Start with the Nexus and follow up with a cannon, because you need to start the cannon once the links are on the ramp at least, right? And Sziky,
yeah, so how I usually calculated it is when I going out of the X, where they are starting their life, this is the moment when you usually need to start the cannon. That's how I was saying, but from the ramp, it's similar, I would say. This is additional like 2 seconds probably.
Yeah, and in this case, cross map gives an additional second or two for Razz, right?
Yeah, definitely. Okay. That's a good point.
Yeah, so the Sziky must be happy. He saw with the opening, he saw the 2 cannons morphed by Razz. That means that the Nexus will be a little bit later than it could have been. And at the beginning, especially at the beginning, with this kind of openings, everything is about the economic advantage.
Yeah, and what you can escape with, what kind of greedy thing you can make, which you shouldn't be allowed to. And we can see that Ziki, despite going for 9 pull, so he's a little bit economically behind, but he's at least using those links to keep the probe out of the base and not allow Razz to scout, because the worst thing which can happen to Protoss is to play blindly against a Zerg.
Yes, because playing blindly basically means that you need to be either gamble or be prepared for everything, right? Because you have 2 standard openings: Hydra Bust, 9/7 freestyle, or layer play into Muta or Mass Hydra, right? And in those kind of situations, you need to be prepared for different kind of variables.
Yeah, that's true. Like, Corsair is something like middle of the road, because you can go for 1 Corsair just to scout and then go for the Zealots. You can also go for the like 5 Corsairs. I don't think you would want to skip coursers against Ziki, because like if there would be some Zergs which I would be sure that will make some mutas if they can and will be not afraid of it, it will be probably Ziki, Crossy, StRyKeR. Those guys don't afraid to make those 5 mutas and get full value out of them.
Yeah, I think you're right. Especially against Ziki, you need to have those coursers open and flying and scouting and verifying what's happening on the map. But we still don't see a Stargate. And here it is. No.
Double gate.
And I was wondering if this is a Citadel, and he sees the Citadel.
What a scouting from Ziki. But we have some harassment. Nicely done.
One drone died. That's really nice from Razz.
So as Ziki, you are probably happy with making faster couple mutas, right?
Yeah, I think he will start with it. Yeah. Because what does it mean? Fast Citadel usually means a flood of speed lots, and now we see that Razz is sacrificing the Zealots, trying to get a better understanding of what's happening, because we need to remember that currently the only thing that he sees is Zergling speed, nothing more, additional hatches, so he might anticipate that this is some kind of layer play, because usually Hydra Bust, the Hydras would be already there.
Yeah, that's true. Like, because you want to kill the Forge, and yeah, definitely the Hydras would be there, and he also scouted the second gas and the fourth hatch, so maybe this will give him some information that it might be Muta. But he's not making even a single cannon.
Exactly. So he's gambling on the fact that Sziky will decide to chase the speed lots. But are the speed lots, will be the speed lots be in time? Oh, I don't think so. Oh my god.
Yeah, this is so painful for Ziki. All he needs to do is take care that those Zealots will not deal any critical damage, because he's already dealing critical damage to Razz.
And even if they will kill an expansion, there is no cannon except for the 2 cannons in front of Razz base.
Okay, but those Zealots will be there on time. One of them will be able to surround the Sunken. Nice micro from Razz to snipe this one drone. The cannons are on the way. I'm wondering if he's making 2 Templars to make an Archon.
Yeah. The +1 is there, so the Zealots will deal pretty good with the Zealots. Okay, so we've got the Archon coming in. And that's a lot of drones, but those are from 2 bases, right?
Yeah, that was he still has over 12 here, but let's see, there is no Corsair, so Ziki can exploit no Corsair.
Yeah, and with Ziki's micro he can snipe so many probes that the Archon won't even deal a single splash damage to the mutas. So I'm wondering, is this the beginning of the end? And the Archon will die? Will he die? Will he die?
No,
just barely.
The Archon, nicely done.
Just barely. Okay, let's see. What's that going to the 6 o'clock base? BT. So he's trying to do, because now the thing is, Ziki can probably make, or rather stay on Muta tech. He needs to go with Hydras. So I think it's in a moment we'll see a Hydra flop.
Yes, so what Ziki can be afraid of is like this move out, like out of Zealots and Archons, and the Zealots will kill the Sunkens, and you will have no problem with dealing with Archons with pure Mutas, but as you said, he's going for the Hydras, and that's what he needs.
Yeah.
Although it's natural has only one Suncan. All the units are in the third base.
Yeah, so there is a possibility for some damage here.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a nice pressure to buy time, but we can see that Razz is not mining with the probes in the natural, so that's also a painful damage for him. So he's on the timer to do some damage to Ziki because he's sitting fine on 6 hatcheries.
Yeah, and we see a group of Hydras, 2 cannons, a group of Mutas. 2 cannons with the Muta Micro isn't enough to defend against that.
Yeah, especially with 11 Mutas. The Archons are on the map, so this is very, very painful for Mr. Razz. He has Dark Archon, so he wanted to do it. I think Ziki will jump on top of it immediately when he sees that, because no reason, like, you can lose all the Mutas or lose 1 or 2 Mutas. Basically, he can kill him right now. I guess the Archons can save Razz when they will go home, but this looks easy, right? Just make couple Mutas, but
yeah, Ziki makes it look easy, right?
yeah.
And now he will micro around the gateways and just kill everything else. Still, this is like, I don't know how many times Razz had to move all of his probes from one base to another. Like 4 or 5 times?
Yeah. This is constant traveling for those probes. No earning. Oh, that's good for us at least, but losing this Dark Archon was very painful. He has 1 Templar with energy, so maybe if he will storm those Mutas, it will be successful for him. Okay, that's a not bad storm.
Yeah, but look at the Psi limit, right? 40 ahead.
I don't even think there was even a single Archon to Muta shot. This is Ziki Micro. Oh, I like Ninja expansion. This is how we can come back. Maybe. It's hard, right?
Yeah. Difficult to say, right?
Like, let's look at the minimap. Oh my god.
It's a flood. It's a flood, Hydra flood that will, and there's like, I don't know, 1 storm?
Yeah, which probably, yeah, only 1 storm, and even though it's decent one, only 2 cannons are there. Even if it would be like 5 cannons, it would be hard without the Templars.
No, yeah. Oh my god. It looks crazy.
Yeah, GG. Okay. So guys, because I couldn't find any replacement caster for me, I'm casting on my own, but if we have some Super Gosu caster available, I would be happy, because now I have to update the scores. I need to admin and organize a next map, so it's going to be hard for me to entertainingly talk to you, but I hope that you will understand that, and yeah, and the moments of silence will be understandable.
Okay, so we're 1 game in, Ziki versus Razz. Just, 0. We can wait. Hopefully somebody might jump in to support us, but please don't leave me alone for a ZVZ, because that would be like terrible. But I don't know.
No worries. I will stay here till the end.
Okay, so either way, if there is anyone that would like to jump in, please let Zero know.
Yeah, so Ziki will have 1-0 score, and Razz will have 0-1 score.
Okay. So game number 2, right?
Yeah, game number 2 is going to be Ziki versus StRyKeR.
Okay, the ZVZ.
The ZVZ, exactly. Okay, so it's going to be as well on Polestar, same as the Ziki versus Razz. Funny enough, I think all the matches of Razz will be on Polestar because he already banned the maps.
So
But
Sziky
this
versus StRyKeR, right?
Yes.
ZVZ Polestar. Ziki against the Blizzard, bottom right side of the map.
No. This is the wrong screen, Mr. Mazur. We are still on the Group C scene.
Okay. I
so-
already started, guys.
Yeah, you're already in the game, but
I'm already in the game.
no worries. We have the players over here. This is Ziki and this is StRyKeR. What's impressive, like StRyKeR, unusual thing people don't know about you. In high school, I was one of the 6 members on Team USA that earned second place in the International Math Olympiad. So that shows some strong math skills on top of Mr. StRyKeR. But Ziki is a legend, so pretty hard to see.
You need to be good at math to count all those zerglings and hydralisks that are flooding through the map, right?
Yeah, and also must be great in math because he's a BSL Patreon for like $50 a month for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years already. So his math skills must be appreciated in the work market. Yeah. Okay, guys. So StRyKeR versus Ziki on Polestar. Let's check it out.
Okay,
wait,
so
we don't need Mr. Razz. I guess
Razz.
he is watching.
Razz is looking at us. Okay, so now we're in the game, and as I was saying, blues are bottom right of the map, blue again Ziki, and red StRyKeR on the left side, bottom left side of the map. So we see an instant advantage for Ziki. He scouted in the right direction. He will scout his opponent first, right?
Sorry, could you repeat, because I had some Discord messages.
Discord messages. Okay, so I was saying that we have a slight advantage, or even a big one for Ziki at the beginning, just from the start, because he will scout his opponent first with the Overlord, right? So this will give him a lot of flexibility. So, Polestar. Yeah, it appears that this is a like quite well balanced map. Okay, and we've got some strange build from StRyKeR. It was like an overpull with gas, whereas Ziki started with overpull. So gas advantage will be on StRyKeR's side. What does this look like?
It's a pretty late pull. I guess it's fine with 12 pull. Mr. Quirk is saying that he can join the cast. Maybe he will jump after the ZVZ. Let's finish the ZVZ. Maybe my Zerg knowledge will give you some informations, guys. Because we can see like this is dedicated anti-9 pull strategy, and 12 pull is a perfect counter to what StRyKeR is doing, because obviously StRyKeR will have a faster layer, faster mutas, but Ziki will have expansion. There will be not that much pressure on his hatchery. So you can think about it like against 9 pull you are also behind in layer timing with 12 pull, but you don't have this link pressure that you have to deal with. You don't need to pull the drones to defend, and you have expansion. So let's see what will be there. the play from StRyKeR, how he will react when he will see that this is a 12 pool.
Yeah, and we get this initial. Oh, well, I thought that he managed to catch that one Zergling.
Yeah, but first shot.
First shot.
Not even first blood, but that's StRyKeR. StRyKeR is dancing. He's pretending that this is more link than it is. Actually, it is 10 links in total, so who is going to have a faster speed? It's StRyKeR just a little bit, so maybe he will be able to intercept those links. Ziki is constantly adding more.
Okay. But what about the later timing? What is other spire timing? My god, so Sziky needs to do something with the Zerglings, and this is a difficult spot.
Yeah, probably. Probably he needs to do something, but he also can drone up and make a spores. Like, he not necessarily need to go for the for the mutas and try to match the muta timing, because it wouldn't work. Like, yeah, and he's droning up a little bit, but going for his own spire.
Because going for spores isn't something that, for me, it goes along with Ziki's aggressive playstyle.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Like, but even having this spire this early, this is very aggressive. Like, usually you can even skip layer and go for the spores if you want to apply some link aggression. So I think even this spire is aggressive. This is going to be late spores, as we can see. I guess those will be just in time. He will have to make 4. The question is how much of a commitment StRyKeR will do on the mutas.
And we see the big advantage. It's quite big. The 2 drone advantage for Ziki.
And hatchery advantage.
And hatchery, so larva. Even 3.
And this is pretty big amount of links from StRyKeR. Ziki has like only 14. I guess those were some additional links. He made 3 muta. No, that must have been the ones he made earlier. But Ziki recognizes that. Although I lost against StRyKeR with this so many times. Jumping on top of the spore, but it seems like oh no, he was target firing the spore. What a play from StRyKeR. Yeah. Not even a single muta died.
Oh my god. Really impressive.
Now he knows that he needs to go for the sunken. And Ziki didn't. Oh, he did target fire. What a play. And the score, just what will be the reaction from StRyKeR? No reaction, instant connection.
Because he needs to be now in 2 places at once, right? So
yeah.
Back in main and taking care. Oh my god, what is he doing? With a drone?
I guess this must be his mistake. You don't want to make a spore in your opponent base. I guess you won't, but you. I don't think it will work.
I was like, that would be amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a great play. Make an Idus in your opponent base, pull 5 drones and make sunkens or spores. But StRyKeR needs to be careful. Very nice micro from him.
Yeah.
Oh, connection.
Oh, one connected.
And this spore will be down on time. You can't kill it with 4 mutas.
Oh. Okay, but still we have a 2 drone advantage, a hatch advantage, and basically maybe not the gas advantage at this point in time, but there's that opening that when the gas will stabilize a little bit, Ziki will take his gas and create a bigger gas advantage.
Yeah, I was wondering if StRyKeR will want to go for expansion, but it seems like he wants to commit to those mutas full time. I guess with the links he will try to jump on top of the spore, maybe?
He's searching for the opening here, right? Just picking up a drone or a link here and there. Oh, what a placement of the Scorch. But did he move him? No. Just patrolling, just moving. Okay. One connected. Pretty nice.
Yeah, but Ziki already starts to make his own mutas. This is going to be 7 if he will save this one. Against 2 for now. Ziki needs additional spore if he wants to start mining from this gas.
And here it is. Here's the second creep. Now in the main, but in the main, StRyKeR can't do anything against those two spores.
I guess he's not expanding, so on some point, at some point he will have to move in, but this spore timing is just too good. And I guess it should force him to go for expansion, but maybe he feels like he is already too behind to go for it. And yeah, he's committing to mutas full time. Seven mutas versus 3. Ziki is still not mining from the extra gas, but he has 12 drones compared to 8, so much bigger mining. Oh, nice usage of the egg to attack the spore.
Now Ziki moved out of the link, so he will try to buy some time, maybe lure. Oh, sorry, apologize. Lure the mutas back to his main. Thanks, apologize, guys.
No worries, no worries. Yeah, and every second... Oh, look at that, Ziki is forced to make additional spore. But, oh, nice reaction time from StRyKeR, although the links...
One.
Yeah, one drone.
2 drones, because he had 8, now he's at 6, right? So 3 on gas and 3 on minerals. I'm really amazed with the usage of this egg.
Look at this. Muta now will be called a unit with the range bigger than tank.
No, don't exaggerate. Tanks have still OP range.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. And he killed the spore without losing a muta. Maybe. Like, but the Ziki is already mining from the second gas, but he didn't mine too much. It's a great micro from StRyKeR. 3 spores over here. I love it from Ziki.
Yeah. He's not leaving anything to chance, right? Trying to anticipate what can happen. And we've got the same amount of mutas. Yeah. Oh my god, nice.
Okay.
And we
GG.
have a GG. Sziky 2-0.
Yeah, that is it. 2-0 for Ziki. And now we will have Ziki versus DragOn.
So, PVZ.
Yeah, PVZ. And we will have Mr. Quark joining, I hope, because as I said, we're missing a caster, and Mr. Quark kindly agreed to join us. So let me add him over here. Hello, Mr. Quark. Guys, I hope you can hear Mr. Quark. I guess Mr. Mazu needs to join again.
Yeah. I'm here.
Okay, we have Mr. Mazu as well. Mr. Quark, can you say something? Okay.
Good.
Do you have option to increase the volume of your microphone, maybe? Because I have you on 200%, and you are a little bit low, but I can also increase the volume of entire cast and lower the volume of Mazu if you can't. Okay. So guys, I will leave you with Mr. Quark and Mr. Mazur over here. We will have live game between DragOn and Ziki.
That, yeah. Okay, we won't spoil then. Okay. So, PZ, it will be again on Polestar? Of course. Yeah, I was looking at the Ziki stream in the last 2 days. Really, really nice playing by him. Though I feel that he's still a little bit rusty from his break. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Mm. I preferred playing Dragon when he was a Ray speaker because he was playing ZVP. Now PvP, I played him a couple times in the past year or so, and no, I prefer to face him as Zerk. Yeah, he is. He is. Okay. So, Zero. Are we ready or are we waiting for the guys? Oh, okay. Sziky. Sorry? Uh, oh, also then. Okay. Also then. Okay. And yet another game, this time ZVP or PVC, depending who you root for. We've got Sziky against DragOn. Okay, now people can see the game. So again, a little bit of run. I'm a little bit confused with too many windows open here. I was using the one that with the game. So we've got a PVZ yet again on our hands now. In the role of the Protoss, we've got DragOn, our Canadian player, whereas Ziki still standing, even though it's not a king of the hill. The last 2 games and he's still playing. Him still playing looks like a little bit like a COD play style. So, what do you think, Quark, about this game? Yeah, I think that's true. We saw in the first game of this night, and in the game Razz versus Sziky, where Ziki made a lot of use of his Muta Micro, and just a moment later, a flood a flood of Hydras going through the crossing the map. It was also cross position in the first game, so yeah, that's something that can happen here also. Yeah, I think exactly. And you just need to be very cautious about moving out of those Corsairs against Ziki. You will use or rather utilize each missed micro you will make. Okay. Yeah. To follow up, so I think we can bet and anticipate that DragOn was watching the first game that he will open with a Corsair at the beginning, just in case. But what will Sziky do? Sziky has a wide portfolio of openings and playstyles, right? Not only this kind of. Oh, did we lose 0? Oh. Guys, can you hear me? Okay, I'm here. Sorry. I was like,
Okay, so so far, Ziki's just going macro third hat before lair. There goes the lair. So he wouldn't want to do any Hydra nonsense with the probe in the base. And although he's doing a good job of hounding the probe, with 2 lings only, he's not going to catch it, not against Dragon. So Dragon can't really. Dragon won't get surprised by this, so Ziki just playing standard.
Yeah, but even if he would lose this probe, the crucial piece of information was obtained. So this is a layer opening, not some kind of Hydra bust shenanigan.
Zero, chat is saying that they only hear Mazer, not me.
Okay. So Quark is alive, came back to life to us. Oh yeah. Let's go back to the game. We've got nothing out of the ordinary from the Zerg side, so we've got a standard layer opening, follow up by Spire, whereas Dragon looks like +1 is being researched, and he probably is following up with a Stargate.
Dragon's probe staying alive for as long as it has is really good for him, because he saw the links not being produced for the longest time, which allowed him to go second gas off of 1 cannon, 1 zealot, and send a zealot out on the map. And then when the links were produced, he saw that as well and moved zealot back. Let's see if he saves it.
Oh, it doesn't look so with the speed links. It's very, very difficult to do it. Oh, he managed just barely 4 HP. Nice.
And that's all from keeping that probe alive for so long. Ziki made all these links too, and he got basically no value from them. That's units that could have been drones.
Yeah. Do we have a Corsair opening 0 from Dragon's side? Yeah. And +1 to Sphere is also being researched, so we'll probably see some kind of air battle shenanigans happening between the both players.
Yeah, Dragon going for the +1 ground, +1 air, but I can't imagine that Ziki loses to that. This has got to be
this is for pressure, and I would anticipate that, taking into consideration Ziki's skill, it's the bare minimum to stay in the game. So we need to do a lot of perfect moves just to stay in the game. Like, not losing the first Corsair is one of those beautiful moves. Okay, what will be the follow-up?
Yeah, right now we're looking for the third gas in the Sick Hatchery, but I think that both of those, or the Sick Hatchery's gone down, the third gas hasn't, but he saw both.
Yes, that's exactly the case. The second one was Saw. The third isn't yet taken from what we can see on the minimap, but we see a fifth hatch or a sixth hatch. This is probably the sixth hatch, right? So he just did a little bit of scorch to not lose too many overlords, and now thrown up, and now he will try to flood his opponent with hydras.
Ziki's putting a lot of faith in that SimCity, because if you look at what he has for defense against speedbots, it's not much.
We'll see, because okay, 2 cannons for defense, and let's see how. Oh, no sunken. So I'm surprised. This can go very, very wrong for Sziky. Though
But
we have
also
only, I believe, yeah,
sometimes
I
there'll be
believe we
one
have
egg in
only
the wrong
6
place
zealots.
and they just hold.
Yeah, and I believe we have only 6 zealots on the move out.
Yeah.
Right, so it's not that big of an army. It's not 12 zealots with +1. It's only half of a group. Oh my God, 2 coursers down already.
And that's devastating. He's going to have to replace those if he wants to defend against Muta, but at the same time, he wants to be using his gas on anything else right now. He does not want to be building more Corsairs.
Exactly, because Muta switch can happen at any given point in time. You need to have those Corsairs to just counter and make your High Templar safe. There's also another option. He can go with a Dark Archon also. Not replace those Corsairs, but go with a DA.
Yeah, we've seen Best do a lot of DA play lately, and he seems to be getting good value from it.
There is always a workaround, right? You can also always divide your mutas into 2 groups, and just because as a Protoss player, you will know that you don't know if there are 3 or 12 mutas in one group. It's very difficult to assess that. So, and you then spend the energy on the half of the group, and the other half can still kill your High Templars. But going back to this game, not hypothetical scenarios, this scenario, so we have a pressure from Sziky. We've got a ton of Zealots, couple of Dark Templars, and a couple of HD on the map.
One thing I don't like for DragOn right now is his Nexuses are still flashing, which means he's still building probes. He needs to be getting to his 44 probes, which I'm sure he's already got, and then just going the 8 gate, because he's not going to be able to contest map control without it. If he's still building probes at this point, then that's just slowing down his gateway.
Yeah. That's true. Overproducing probes at the early stage in the game is very, very popular. Often happen, and install. Sometimes when I look at my own games and I see, okay, I got way too many probes at this point in time.
It depends what he thinks his win condition is, but if he allows 12, then he needs to expand right now and equalize. If he, I don't think he can hold the expansion right now, and I don't think he can deny 12 either. His 8 gateways is coming too late. He'd want to be hitting sooner than this. And if he's not hitting, he'd want to be using those extra probes he's built to not contest the map, but he's halfway between the two.
Yeah, so not going any direction, but that's at least good. We can see that those Corsairs are still alive, still scouting, still checking what's happening between the players, and we see the Lurker egg, the first Lurker egg. This is a crucial thing now, because this tells DragOn that, okay, no other move out without with a significant army, without any observers, or that he needs to have cannons in different places. We see he's taking his third expansion, or his second expansion, or thinking about it.
Yeah, I like this better than continuing to push across the map. Any push attempt has got to be abandoned at this point, but at the same time, I feel like Ziki's just going to saturate 12 immediately and have a very strong mid game.
Yes, and we can see that the Nexus from DragOn is still not being morphed. 2 additional gateways might be added if he's not going with the Nexus, but the Nexus, I think he has been placed right now. Yeah.
I think in about a minute or so we're going to see Ziki on even supply.
Yes, and it's a little bit. DragOn is a little bit passive. I would, especially that those High Templars that he have banked a lot of energy. He can do those kind of skirmishes, move a little bit, throw a storm or two, threaten some place, move back, and things like that. Use the energy that he has.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Oh, that was a high energy High Templar that went down there. And another one. Oh, there's going to be a Hydra behind this too. This is not all the Hydra. This is the Hydra that he wanted to eat the storms.
Yeah. Oh. Now those HDs would be useful. Okay, so one, he's got an additional one, I think. But we see a line of reinforcement coming from DragOn from the bottom side of the map.
We do.
A little bit. So it's surprising the pressure, and that
It really is. It's way better than I thought it would.
Yeah, because you said that those are not all the Hydras, but it really looked like, taking into consideration that we saw only a couple of other Hydras going to attack DragOn's army, it looked like those was the predominant number of Hydras, main Hydra army that Ziki had. Okay.
Yeah, the storms were just on point. So even with the High Templar dying, the storms that did land were very good storms, and there were no muta to feather them.
Yeah, and we see yet again additional line of reinforcements coming in. So I think the 12 o'clock is dead. Okay. Hive coming in. It looks not
The double
that
Evo is
easy.
interesting, because Ziki is going to have a late game here, so he's not putting himself into a corner, even if he loses 12, but does DragOn have 2 forges or 1?
And the Hive is was on their way during the battle, so it might be already done. So now the defense, if Ziki will defend the pressure, because DragOn will move with the flow, will try to put more pressure probably. Oh, that was new. Okay. Now decided to move back, so that's, I think, a really good decision. At this point, this would be a good moment. I would, for example, take another expansion as a Protoss player just to and scout other locations for any hidden bases, just to put the nail in the coffin.
Oh, that High Templar catch is huge. That's a lot of gas.
Whoa. Whoa.
So I like what DragOn's doing, controlling the map, and he's making sure that he just keeps it on free base versus free base. That's his win condition. He knows it. I mean, I know I was saying that Ziki was ahead before, but I don't see how DragOn loses it from here.
Yes, I'll take advantage. Everything can happen in StarCraft, but you're right. DragOn's advantage at this point is really significant. Especially that he's taking the left side mid expansion, so he will have more expansions or faster expansions than the Zerg player. So now you're right. A lot will be dependent on the upgrades, and because I think that Ziki will have soon swarms. So we know all Protoss player and Terran players know that Swarm Lurker combo is, let's say, not that pleasant to fight against.
Yep, Zealots once they're plagued are really not that much tougher than Marines, and you would not run a bunch of Marines into Lurkers.
You would, but then you wouldn't win a game. Yeah, but you're right. You're right. And now it looks like the game has stabilized a little bit, but both players secured their next expansions. Now the crucial thing is DragOn is on the offensive yet again, and Ziki on the defensive. How this will go? Oh my god! Only 2 probes killed by those cracklings. Surprised. I was thinking that it was a little bit more.
I don't think DragOn wants to be attacking 12 at this point. 12 has been secured, but he has 9 to counter. Oh, that's a big off. So I think that if he just keeps it where it is and keeps delaying bases, that's a perfectly fine situation for him.
Exactly, you need to prepare for the long games and for the swarms potential. I would build, for example, a Corsair just to check main if there aren't any, I don't know, Guardians coming in. But in general, Obsters everywhere denying additional expansions and movement around the map, just denying any potential for Ziki's attack, and that's that. Because now Ziki only can do those kind of backstabbing, sneaky attacks with a small bits and pieces of the army, just denying something.
Yeah, he's very out of position here. He sent his entire army to 3 o'clock without scouting it. If he'd made the Corsair, like you said, he wouldn't be doing that, and he wouldn't be out of position.
And cracklings go through on beautiful stuff. Exactly. I wanted to say that cracklings go easily through cannons, but not through storms. Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to see Dark Archon added, Weaver added, just transition to the late game, maybe do some speed shuttle harass, but I like that he's not actually attacking any bases. All he can do at this point is do a throw if he attacks a base. He's already added his win condition. For another
but look, yeah, he's like Sziky sniping so many Eye Templar, but on 1, 2, 3, 4 gases, okay. DragOn can afford it, but still, it's a big thing, and can deal a little bit of a damage and delay the inevitable final fight. Okay, again a denial.
DragOn's moving his army around in one giant ball, which I don't love. So in the ASL finals, there was a game where Best was in a similar situation where he had map control. Deja vu, and Best never grouped his army up and went for single base with everything. He was always dominating other sections of the map with part of his army, and making sure there weren't any casualties. And that's exactly what you have to do.
Yeah, he won that game with unit movement. Basically, he fights swarm lurkers, but not with reavers, just plain army. He created a huge advantage in terms of the position and just fought it with standard army and so on. And he did it brilliantly. So if we would see this from DragOn, that would be amazing. But he needs to deny this base that's coming in.
Well, I suppose it's so tempting to say I got to deny a base, I will just 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A. But you got a 1A, 2A, and then the 3A, 4A have to be holding key positions on the map.
Exactly, and the challenge with a 1A, 2A, 3A with storms, with lurkers, is that the observers are slow, and you can lose a lot of goons while going through the initial spikes of lurkers at the beginning. So, yeah. This flies. Advantage. I'm really surprised that, because Ziki at one point had 1.5k money. That's surprising. Oh my god! And additional to high numbers. That's the sniping skills of Ziki are crazy.
I would love to see a second Robo here. We've seen that he's got the support base, so we know he's going Speed Shuttle and Weavers, which is a fantastic transition, but you can go a second Robo here easily.
Basically, as a props player, in long term, if you're going for the Robo play, I like seeing Robo in each expansion. Just for defense purposes.
Yeah, that's great, just as a lazy way of playing, because it's moving shuttles and moves around is so APM intensive. If you build a Robo at every place, you don't have to.
Yeah, and I'm a lazy player, so that's what I like to see.
But you got to be action efficient.
Yeah. You need to put your APM where it's most needed. And this looks those storms.
Almost good, yeah. And losing the hardware army like this, losing the Dragoons, losing the Archons is not good, except for the fact that he got a giant storm on the workers and did a huge amount of damage with that.
But he can afford rebuilding. He has a ton of gateways. I don't know. I've saw 10 plus gateways. So yeah, even more. 11, I think 12. So quite a bit. But yeah, if he would, but still, at the same time, Sziky managed to secure yet another base. So this game is, I wouldn't say equalizing, but Ziki is putting the foot in the door to make it equalized.
And that's partly because of the loss of map control by throwing the army away at 12. If you lose your entire army once, even though if you can make a new one, what you can't do is get back the time that Zerg had freedom on the map. And Ziki's able to use that to build up a lurker wall.
And remaking, especially Archons, is not even costly, but timely. First, at the time that you need to do it for the Templars, and then the time for the morphing. So it's not that plain and simple to rebuild them, even if you have had the capacity to do it. And we see the first reavers, offensive reavers, on the map. Okay, nicely put. But we have like five lurkers, I think, defending here, and the swarm will not do anything. But will it be? Oh, nice snipe! Really nice snipe. I like that he's moving slowly, and the targeting that loss of the river wasn't that good. But I like that he's not 1A 2A moving. He's slowly killing the lurkers, taking his time. That's always good. Especially that he has that, I think, an expansion advantage. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. No.
It's an interesting spot because if he can't break the space, he needs to take bottom right, and he's nowhere near securing bottom right. So he should be able to just deny the space, but he's putting himself in a situation where he has to deny.
Yeah, but look, there's not a big army here from the Zerg player. There are a couple of lurkers, couple of swarms, and it's still putting Protoss army on the back foot, just causing him to move slowly.
Yeah, he should get it though.
Yeah.
I think he's made the right call in terms of saying, yeah, I can bust this, but it's he does have to succeed. Yeah, here comes the bust.
And again, snipe. And a ton of drones will die, probably in a moment. I don't know if a storm or what, but the base will be denied, and DragOn is yet another. GG. I wanted to say is a foot closer to winning this game.
So I took advantage of the fact I got the stream open to rewatch the fight with the Hydra near 12. So Ziki went in to try and snipe the High Templar on the back lines and took a huge amount of free hits from Goons and Zealots while doing it. So even though he did succeed in taking out the High Templar, and of 5 High Templar, only 2 actually survived to cast any storms, his Hydra were all dead by then. They died to the Goons.
Okay. That was nicely executed. I am really surprised. DragOn played a really solid game. I think that encounter that you mentioned was the beginning of the end, and it was surprising that it went so well.
Yeah, I think if he'd gone for a few Muta snipes on the High Templar first, that would have gone better, because he did have a good amount of Hydra there, but even though they weren't all stormed down, they were killed by the Goons. If you run Hydras right up, sort of past the Goons to the High Templar, they're going to have a bad day.
Yeah. Hey. Oh, I think we are waiting for Ziki's last game. Because he plays StRyKeR, Razz, and now DragOn. Only heck left, right?
So as FYI, I'm getting quite a lot of lag on the Discord stream, so that's why I'm dropping silent from time to time, because it takes like 10 seconds of frozen for it to come back. So I'm doing my best with what I have, but I'm sometimes missing bits.
Oh, and the quality is a little bit better even of the stream, because sometimes when you were mentioning zero something, like look at the supply, I was like trying to focus and decipher the numbers because the quality of this our vision was not that good. But still, now it looks way better.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we've got Ziki versus Tech. Is that correct, Zero?
I have to go AFK for a minute to change a diaper, but I will come back.
Okay, priorities, we understand. Okay. Ziki versus Tech. Tech is playing since around 2008.
As I promised Mr. Mazur, I won't leave you alone, so I will replace Mr. Quark for a short second.
Sure. I'm just looking at the descriptions that we have here. So, other games that Tech is playing: League of Legends, poker, and Rocket League sometimes.
Advice for new players from Ziki: let's play Zerg. Foreigners needs more Zerg. This is that's true. This is a good call.
I agree. I like playing against Zerg, so
Yeah.
the more Zergs, the merrier.
I believe, your PVZ is so strong. Like sometimes I feel bad because like you usually crash me on the tournaments, and then I'm able to win against Proteses. You are losing, and this is the circle of life between us, right? Because you have such a great PVZ. That it's
and crappy PvP.
it's not crappy. It's still decent, but your PVZ is like probably very high or mid, not low, but higher S rank. But your PvT is strong as well, I believe. But I know that you are always complaining against PvP, and whenever you play Protoss, you are not too happy.
I'm like, I got psychological damage. I see PvP, and in my head, I'm like, oh my god, again. So that's on that level, it's challenging. I need to change my mindset. But I think it's enough about that. Do we have the players, Zero? Or
Yes.
are we waiting for?
Yeah, we have the players. We are just starting the game. So Tech versus Ziki on Polestar is starting now. Oh wait.
Okay.
Why is it? Yeah.
So again, Polestar, again PvZ. Now Sziky versus Tech. Tech, our red Protoss, top right of the side of the map, and Sziky again blue Zerg, bottom left side of the map. And we've got a guy again, a cross map situation. So I think all the games were cross position. Were the games rigged? Oh no, the ZVZ was not cross.
Yeah.
But yeah, but all PVZs were crossed out.
And we're watching this live, right? So Tech has seen the previous two PVZs.
Yeah. So let's see. This is a quite early scout from Tech, right? After Pylon.
After Pylon is standard if you're going Forge Expand, especially on a 4-player map.
Exactly.
You got to see where they are.
Exactly, I wanted to say the same thing. So we can say that we can anticipate a Forge opening from him. And I feel that against Sziky, it's a good style, good opening.
What I might have done in his position, given that I've just seen Ziki do the same opener in 2 PVZs, is do a blind 12-nex, honestly, on a 4-player map.
Oh no, For me, it's difficult to play Nexus first blindly. But there are those openings like 11 Next and 12 Forge that you can do. And it defends a lot against a lot of things. Let's see. Ziki likes his early pull openings just not to deal with those zealots probably, or cannon rushes, or things like that.
Well, last game we saw Ziki go overpull into 2 lanes, which is why Dragon's Probe stayed alive forever. If there's no lane pressure, then Protoss really can exploit that, especially cross map.
Yeah.
And I think that's partly so Dragon took a very quick second gas. At least it felt quick to me. It felt like he was delaying Zealots, delayed a second cannon, went straight into that second gas, which meant he had more gas in the bank, which translates to more High Templar, which translates to more Storms.
This time there's a difference. We see one difference in comparison to the first game. We see only one cannon. That's a good decision. Followed by a pylon, and now the gas timing. So I would say everything is as standard as it can be in a PvZ.
Yeah, this. I mean, it's both players here have played this game a million times to this point. This is they can do this in their sleep.
What do you think about you saw the first game that Razz played against Sziky, or didn't?
I saw an Archon chasing some Mutalisks.
Okay, because the opening was an interesting opening, and I think that he wanted to gamble a little bit because it was a free-gate speed load opening into the Archon, but Ziki managed to scout the opening, the first Citadel, hidden in the expo, and just countered with the fastest mute as possible.
So my instinct is that opening's always bad. If you're going to go speed lock pressure, then to recover you need to go double Stargate because you have to have Corsairs. However, we did see Best do the opening that you're talking about with the speed lock pressure into Archon, into Dark Archon. So, I mean, Best knows more than I do. If Best thinks it's playable, then it must be playable. But I don't like it. I don't know why it's good.
Maybe it's surprising because nowadays, looking at the even ProLeague PvZs, right? You rarely see those kind of openings where you dedicate the speed loads and do an early timing. Usually you go, okay, we open with the Stargate, we do the scout, followed with a Citadel, 2-3 gates, then 8 gates, and Storm and everything, right? But this is putting a little bit of freshness in the opening pools, right? And I think that's the difference. In like month or two, people might get used to that opening and find better ways to counter it. But I like the opening. I like the Dark Archon. I like that because with the Corsairs you can still lose a lot against Muta, right? You need to have them always above your High Templars. Even if you're moving with the army, it's easy to lose them. Dark Archon immediately shuts down any Muta attempt.
I actually disagree on that. I think Dark Archons aren't as good as Mutas people think because Dark Archons are only in one place. So if you just build a bunch of Muta, throw and a few of them in front of the Protoss, just like having 3 Muta dancing in front of them, just like we saw Sulky do, and then run the rest of the Muta into their main, they're going to be running the Dark Archon back and forth, back and forth. They need to start doing things like hiding a High Templar above the gateway so that they can't see it and then get a beautiful Storm. I really feel like Muta are actually pretty good against Dark Archons as long as the Muta aren't where the Dark Archon is.
But it's exactly the same if you can split your Muta into 2 groups and one shuffle around the army of the Protoss and the second part you can go to the main of the Protoss player. That's any difference, right? That's not any difference. The Corsair gives you a heads up in terms of scouting, for sure, and mobility, for sure, and but you need to pay attention to them very significantly, not to lose to, because when you will fight against Muta Scorch, you Corsairs automatically target Mutas, so Scorch can fly in, kill it very easily. Right,
For sure, you've got to keep an eye on how many meters is
exactly.
if
It's
they're
the
doing
APM.
50 gas.
Exactly, it's the APM what you said about in the last game about the reverse, right? So you need to spend your APM in the right place, and sometimes it's easy to mess up. Okay, I like the Dark Templar and the Scout that he sees the Hydras. Oh my god. Seriously?
Oh, well, that's one way of winning.
Oh. There is an Overlord. Oh my god. One. Only one. Two. Three.
That's a lot of mining time too.
Yeah, yeah.
But, I mean, if he's not going to build a sunken, if he's going to delay his Hydra, then apparently that worked.
I in general, I like this DT type of scout because you'll scout with a probe, it will die to Lynx or Mutas or Hydras. If you have Zealots, it's the same. Dark Templars are just moving, and you can easily detect what your opponent aiming to do. Okay.
This is a lot of Hydralisk, and the storm is kind of delayed. One other thing I noticed earlier is that Tech only had one probe on his natural gas for about 45 seconds. The second probe was standing next to gas, not mining it because he just didn't want to, and there was no third probe. He fixed it pretty quickly, but he is down on gas because of that.
Yeah, those small things matter.
Yeah, and that's going to be a storm he's missing, which is going to be an issue against a lot of Hydralisks.
Okay. Oh, the drone saturation looks really, really good. Ziki. And he just moved a drone probably to the 6 o'clock just to take yet another expansion.
I love the speedlots on the map here, and if the Overlord hadn't gone over them, they could have denied 6 quite easily. I like how he's using speedlots on the map. I like that a lot, because speedlots at this point in the game, they're really difficult to kill. They're like vultures, because they take reduced damage from the Hydralisk. They're faster than most things. They just run away.
Yeah, you can catch a Hydra to this and this place and that place, and just move around just to be sure, and maybe try to find an opening. Okay. Tech
So
looks
this
like
Corsair
he
play
switched to Dragon.
This Corsair play is great as well, because we saw that Ziki responded to the speedlots by spreading his overlords all over the map, which is exactly what he should be doing if he's not getting pressured. But then the Corsairs come in and they start pushing the overlord back. If you can make the map dark for Zerg, then the speedlot become a lot more powerful, and that's what Tech's trying to do, and I like it.
Yeah, but you can lose it in those kind of situations. Okay.
Yeah, that's it for the Corsairs, it seems.
Yeah, yeah.
I would love to see like 8 Mutalisks at this point. 8 Mutalisks at this point would make these Hydras so much more valuable. He doesn't need to go now. There's no first expansion coming. There's no timing that he needs to be pushing right now on.
You see how he's trying to snipe. Yeah. I liked how Sziky was trying to move a little bit in front, move back, just searching, looking where the army is moving, and trying to pick out those stray High Templars that are moving slowly. The other thing that I would like to see is the plus 50 energy upgrade. It's people tend to usually do it in mid to late game, with what I don't agree. The biggest benefit is at the beginning, right? When you've got those crucial only 3 or 4 High Templars, and each would have an additional one, or the first storm will be faster. I like the upgrade, like to see the upgrade in as early as possible. And we see the first lurkers, but we see also the tech as the op. Nice storms between.
And those Hydras there are not doing anything, they're clumped up.
It looks even better than the first game, than the last game against DragOn.
And look at the Zealots not running into the Lurkers.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
how you do it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the
And
storm.
storms. And now you can just camp on the high ground. Oh, I don't agree with this. Yeah, exactly. Move back with the Dragoons, keep the high ground open, and just a bunch of Zealots trying to deny, or rather denying the expansion.
I don't like this push down onto the low ground, especially with half the army 6. I mean, what objective is he taking here? He's already taken 6. That's the objective. If he takes the natural, he's already won the game anyway. It's not. The natural is not part of his win condition.
Exactly, exactly. This he needs to regroup, consolidate his army, and then he can move.
And
Because,
in
like
my,
you said, it's
in
only
my,
a portion.
if I'm where Tech is right now, I never do another attack in this game. I'm like, okay, I've got a giant army with map control. You can never contest my map control. I'm just going to take bases, deny bases, and wait. You can sit on free bases all you like. You will mine out eventually. Now he does have enough to win because the battle went so well for him. But I would just play this lazy way. I just say, I'm just going to wait for you to leave.
I think we've got similar playstyles. I would play remarkably similar to you. But it looks like
Yeah, he's won. This is.
I don't see anything Sziky can do, and I'm surprised.
And he's not building
much
Mutalisks.
surprised.
And Mutalisks are pretty
No.
good.
First game that he won was against Mutalisks, right? With Mutalisks, sorry. In the second and third ZVP, he didn't make any Mutas.
Yeah, and we saw that also that Tech responded by going 3 Corsairs only. He, like, if you're not going to build Mutalisks, I'm not going to build Corsairs.
That was, I think that was the good scout with the Dark Templar. It told him, okay, no Mutas, so I don't need to spend the gas on the Corsair.
Well, with Zerg, you can never be sure that it's no Mutas because they can just build some at any time. But it's like they can go from having no Mutas to a control group in a second. But I mean, if in this case Ziki opted not to, and that's inexplicable. I'm watching it on the stream now, and I'm watching all these goons move out with 3 High Templar. If you think you kill 2 of those High Templar, and there's only 1 left. That's if my math is correct. Also, he's going for snipes on the High Templar that aren't on the cards here. This army is too big. He's running like 6 High Templar, 6 Hydras in trying to kill a High Templar against like 15 goons. That's you're going to lose 6 Hydra. You're not going to kill anything. This is not a small group of Protoss that you can chip bits off of. This is a death pool.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. We're slowly moving to the next game. It will be Razz versus StRyKeR. Right, Zero? StRyKeR. Razz versus DragOn. Okay. Amazing.
Unfortunately, my knowledge on Razz and Dragon's skill level is a year out of date at this point, so I couldn't tell you who's got the upper hand. A year ago, it said Dragon, but I have no idea at this point.
I would say the same in terms of the last time I played both of those players was like a year ago. Okay, we're in the game. Waiting a little bit more for the players. And yeah. Okay, so we are ready. We are ready for next game, PvP. It will be DragOn versus Razz, or North American colleagues, fighting each other, facing each other, to be able to come out of the group as the highest possible position.
In theory, Razz has the right side mining. He should be able to pull ahead here, but he's not mining the crystals optimally.
Yes. Those are the small things that count on one hand. On the second, one bad move and it's all destroyed. Okay, starts doing it. It's cross yet again. I think Zero has made something like, I don't know, with the map, because all the games are cross-bound. Almost all the games. All the Polestars are cross-bound. Something shady happened to the map, for sure. Some additions. But being serious, I'm wondering if anyone will go for some kind of shenanigans with the 2 gate. Probably not.
That pylon placement is not a... Razz is not building a gateway. Razz has queued up probes. Yeah. Okay, so Razz knows this is the cross position only map, so he's just going for
So he decided 12 wolf. Okay, tell us, Zero, how much did Razz pay you for it? Oh no, maybe Razz was the one that created the map. Okay. But still, being totally serious, we've got a 12 next coming from Razz.
So it's good that DragOn went for the earlier scout. He scouted on 10. He could have scouted later, but this is going to give him the information on the 12 Nexus earlier. Oh, Razz misplaced his Nexus, then cancelled it, then placed it again.
Oh my
that is
god.
130 minerals. That's an entire gateway. When he placed it, I was looking, I'm like, that's not right. That doesn't look right. And then he cancelled. Oh, that is such a feel-bad moment on a...
Oh, goodness.
And his Nexus isn't flat. He skipped probes for this. And that is actually huge on a fast expand build, because if you don't build the probes, then you have all these extra crystals you have access to and you can't mine them.
Exactly. How will you saturate it? And we have a 1 gate, 2 gate follow-up. And a Vlog from DragOn.
Oh, I'm tilted for him. That is just such a unfortunate thing to happen.
Yeah.
Especially with this build. Like, if you misplace your gateway and you place it, okay, it's 50. But this is just a snowballing error.
And we see a range follow-up that will be really good information for Razz here. Did he see it? I'm not sure he did.
Well, he's not building mass zealot. He's taking his own gas. He must have, because you would. He's cutting zealots at this point. He's saying, okay, no, it's not a rush. I've got to get my core up as quickly as possible. So in theory, I don't. Oh, the DragOn's getting a proxy here. That's what that probe's going to do.
Yeah.
So he's got 2 gate range going for map control and to force cannons. Razz is going to have to go cannons if he wants to survive this, and then the proxy robo is just going to end it.
Finishing everything. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, 3 gate. Never mind. It's not going to be
3 gate.
And what's happening at Razz's third? 2 probes. This is so sad.
1 probe. Just 1 killed.
I like the sending the zealots just to see what's going on, because he has to. Because the opponent's range is so wide in this position that if they go DT drop and you don't hard counter it, you die. If they go masculine, they don't hard counter it, you die. If they go Reavers, you don't hard counter, you die. So it is absolutely worth YOLOing 2 zealots just to get the vision on it. But DragOn's going to deny it, because DragOn knows exactly what Razz is looking for here.
Yeah, and now he needs to gamble. Okay, that's...
He did. Question is, did Razz see the second goon there? Because there were 2 goons that came up one after the other there. If he saw another goon appear at the ramp while the first goon was on the choke, that at least tells him it's 2 gates.
But in fact we know, because we can see that this is 3 gate, so the decision between knowing that something is a 2 and a 3 gate is huge, right? Because I would just spam cannons.
Yes,
Like-
I mean he's got to be spamming cannons or he's going to lose, and 3 cannons is not going to be enough.
No.
So Dragon's looking for 6 Dragoon here as the magic number, I think, but it's... And he's going to have that in a second, and then he's just going to be able to headshot cannons.
Yeah. Well,
That went as well as
Okay.
it could have, and that was nicely done, but at the same time, it's still not good.
oh, and
Okay,
he
this
managed
probe
to
is
scout.
huge. I love that probe. He's seeing the Nexus isn't flashing, he's seeing that it's just 3 gateways, there's no tech, but it's not enough.
It's a little bit too late.
You sit here and think, well, if he had a tiny bit more money, he could have had an extra cannon, and he cancelled a Nexus at the start.
Yeah.
There's
Those
a
are the
world
things that
where
add up.
this goes well. It's not this one.
Okay. GG. Dragon. Dragon is 2-0. Okay. Mr. Zero, who will be the next match? Okay, Razz versus Tech. Okay. I was really surprised with Tech, really how he played against Ziki, really nicely done. So I'm looking forward to this game. So because now Razz is 0-2, I think. So this might be one of the decisive matches determining the final score of the group. Who will be the last and who will be the second to last? Because as per Zero said, I think the structure of this group is that only one person doesn't qualify to the next round, right, Zero? So let's see. Okay. We've got players.
So Razz and
We've got
StRyKeR
players in the
danger.
game. Sorry?
So we're thinking Razz and StRyKeR in danger.
Yeah. Okay, we've got players in the game. Razz and Tech. Okay. Let's bet. Cross position or not?
I think cross. But it's either cross or not cross, so there's 50-50.
Okay. Yeah, I'm wondering what's going on with the game. We don't have minimap and what a silly situation. It's the first time I see that thing. First time I have ever encountered a thing like that. Okay. Okay, guys, we are back to the game. We had to recreate the match, and we have yet again a PvP. This time we've got Tech versus Razz. Yet again, something strange with the layout of the screen, but still, at least this time we see the minimap. So Tech as the red Protoss in the top right side of the map, and Razz as the blue Protoss, top left side of the map. So no cross map position. Maybe we'll see some kind of 2-gate shenanigan. I like 2 gates. PvP.
So Tech is optimizing his mining correctly. That's good to see. I feel like at this level, everyone should just take like 5 minutes to learn how to do it.
Okay. The pylon placement is a little bit farther. Maybe Tech is trying. We'll go so for kind of 2-gate shenanigan. And not scouting. Okay. So probably no 2-gate, because usually you scout faster and you have a couple of openings if you scout after the 2-gate. Or the 2-gate, because the most important thing is to find your opponent and find out if he's cross-bound.
So this is good for Tech that he's seeing the probe coming in, just because he guarantees that he'll get a fast scout too.
Yeah. So it's a really good move to delay the scout.
You never want to be in a situation where they have a probe inside your base and you don't in theirs, but in this situation, he's going to be fine.
Yeah. Okay, both players aren't doing any shenanigans. 1-gate opening, same limits, same build orders, nothing strange.
Yeah, both of them building the safety zealot, which is what they need to be done.
Well, you should do it, but in a 1-gate versus 1-gate situation, you can omit it theoretically. If you then go for a 2-gate, for example, faster 2-gate.
Yeah, but with the probe inside your base, you don't like to skip it because then you just take the amount of island.
No. Exactly. You see Tech from range and Tech from range from Tech and range for Razz. So both players decided to go for the standard opening. Nothing shady. And the probe died. Okay, one small win for Tech. What will be now the thing is, will be the decisive seconds. Because now after killing the probe, Tech can decide what should be the follow-up of his build order. And we see something building in the top right side of this base. And it's a Citadel. Exactly.
If Razz plays standard here, he should be fine against Dishonest. He's got that forward pylon. Oh, he's only got 2 probes and gas. What's going on there?
He will go for an expansion, probably.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
A 1 probe, 1 gas. This is not what he wants.
Yeah, this is the Nexus build. Yeah, you take it from the gas and build an expansion. Afterwards, you're going putting 2 again on gas. So might be very challenging.
Yeah, I mean, not being able to see the DTs is going to be an issue when the DTs attack. And Razz is dead.
Yeah,
that's what's happened here.
Yeah, right. Basically, yes. Especially that now, after this attack from Tech, he will see that there is range on the goons. So he will probably... Because if you would see that there is no attack, you can think, okay, he cancelled, he's doing some shenanigans and things like that. But here you can see that, okay, but the execution wasn't that good, he lost a DragOn. Though, like I said, Tech won't be, Rat won't be probably pushing, because he feels that he has advantage, he has next, he has 3 gates, and he probably doesn't think about any potential Dark Templars coming in.
So I like the Tex being aggressive with his army here. He's representing that he has something other than DTs. He's showing that he wants to attack when he doesn't actually really want to attack.
Yeah. Oh.
And this is just a PvP rock paper scissors, but I would never do the build that Razz did. It's just this is too rolling the dice for me, and I'm a pretty dice rolly player. Like,
No,
PvP's
I
been
saw.
worked out in you. There's if you want a fast expand, there's actually it's quite an old Rain guide on it, but Jinjin translated it, and it's you're one gate rover at the ramp, observer Nexus Reaver, and it's fine. This ain't it.
This ain't it. And GG. And GG. Unfortunately. So
Does that mean Razz is dead?
basically yes, and yet again he has still a game against StRyKeR up in front coming up, right? So
Okay, so
also a huge opponent.
so if Razz beats StRyKeR and then StRyKeR loses another game, then Razz could be okay.
Yeah.
Because even if both of them end up 1-3, if Razz has the win in the head-to-head, presumably that counts for him. I would not like to be PvZ against StRyKeR for my tournament life. That's not a good position. StRyKeR is very dangerous.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. But I think now DragOn versus Tech. The next game. Okay, so Sziky is 2-2, DragOn is 2-0, Tech is 2-0, Razz is 0-3, and StRyKeR is 0-1.
Both of these are poker players.
Yeah, if they won't be able to win within 10 minutes, then let's set up a poker table for them. Or no, if something, because both players are 2-0 now. If they will be fighting for the first place or something like that, then, or for the second, then okay, let's decide via poker, like adults.
I like Tech's advice for new players there on how to actually improve. Is not just grinding out games without thinking about what happened in the games. You've got to actually study the game slightly, because if you're making the same mistake every game and you're not even paying attention to it because you don't want to replay, you're not going to learn anything. Playing games over and over is good for mechanics, but that's the only thing you train by doing that.
Yeah, but it depends why you lost the game, because of the mechanics or because of unit movement, decision making, or what exactly, right?
But even then, okay, let's say you lose a game because of bad Reaver control. Unless you get into the exact same situation again next game, you're not going to practice that issue you had. And even then, you're going to play, a 10-minute game to practice the 10 seconds that went wrong? It's like, work out what it is that you need to work on and then work on that thing if you want to get better.
Okay, waiting for the players, I think. Still. So, Zero, are we waiting for Tech or DragOn? They're banning the maps. Okay, so guys, we need to wait a little bit more for yet again a PvP.
PvP on Dominator, is that right?
Yeah.
So PvZ. No, it's
PvP.
PvP. Yeah, sorry, I was thinking of Ziki. StRyKeR, but yeah, okay, PvP. Dominator's an interesting map for PvP because you've got those low ground mains. So you can't really do like one gate tech builds as much because you can just get contained.
You can, and also you can do those kind of some old builds like I don't know if you remember, there was that opening with 2 gate goons, opening with cutting probes and 2 gates on 1 pylon, then the second one. I remember seeing it a couple of times. So the map gives you a couple of interesting possibilities. Okay, we are heading to the game. Yet another PvP and DragOn versus TOP4. Both players are currently 2-0, and DragOn spawning as the red Protoss player on the right side of the map, whereas at the bottom left, TOP4 blue Protoss. Oh. I'm really curious what we will see from both players, because taking into consideration how's the game, the situation in the group going, both players are 2-0 and potentially fighting for the first position. Okay. We don't see any probe move outs to the mid map, so players might be opening pretty standard here.
Yeah, nothing's up.
Then I like the map. To be honest, I like in general. I think it's one of the interesting. I wanted to say one of the most interesting free-player maps. But now when I'm thinking about it, we've got a pretty lucky strike in terms of good free-player maps, because Sylphid was really good. Apocalypse, I think, was another one really good. This is really nice and a really nice free-player map. So back in the days there was the Taucros, so quite a few really interesting, really nice maps. None that I hate, and that's saying something. Sometimes I really dislike a map and just ban it and never play it.
I'm watching Dragon's webcam. He's playing incredibly relaxed too. He's just sitting there, just smiling to himself. This is part of the game's muscle memory. He's already got 2 wins under his belt. He's not getting eliminated. He is just completely chill.
And now he managed to scout first his opponent, so this is always really good information, because he knows, okay, no 2-gate shenanigans, no mid-gates, no nothing. So yeah, he feels comfortable, I feel. Oh.
Dragon. The question is, who goes second gate first? If they both go one gate, that's fine. But if one goes second gate and is able to get a loose contain on top of the ramp, then that is going to be significant.
Yeah, because the expansion is on the high ground, so even busting with a river is very difficult. Okay. But nobody, but it looks like nobody is as on this point in the game taking a second gate.
Yeah, with the probes inside your base, it's not as rational, because if you go second gate, they will go robo and then second gate and hold your timing and be ahead in the tech. So whoever blinks first is behind, and that's good.
But now the probes were pushed out of the mains of both players, so now the decision will have to be made. What will be the opening?
We are almost 4 minutes in, and we are exactly aligned on like probes, timings, build orders. Actually, Tech is actually no, completely aligned. Yeah, I was thinking Tech scouts slightly later, so he should have like an extra 50 minutes. But no, we're nearer. Perfect.
Yeah, and Tech, I think, was relaxed at the beginning. Now he's sped up in his APM because he was like 250, 270 at the beginning. Now we see a little bit over 300. So yeah. Now,
Oh, it sees no next.
Oh.
That's actually quite good. It also sees two
Yeah.
goons only, so he knows that it's not a quick second gate because there would be more goons than that. And he knows he doesn't have to push super fast. This is okay. Tech's going free gate. What on earth could he have just seen there that makes him think free gate is required? Because he's got that high ground outside his natural, so if it's a free gate timing against him, then he can still go 2 gate, hold that until the Reaver. This is weird because he confirmed there's no objective, and now he's trying to attack it.
Unless he wants to be aggressive, right? And he
Aggressive
might
against
think, okay,
what?
1 gate.
Which objective is he trying to take?
Difficult. Some people are just aggressive and like to open with a free gate because that was their plan. No idea. But a good question, nonetheless. Good question. Okay, we've got that observer. Server.
Okay, so he's skipping the support way. That's why he's going for the 3rd gateway, because he's not going Reavers. This isn't as strong as what Dragon's doing. Dragon is doing basically what any pro gamer would do in this game. His build has been incredibly standard. All the timings are standard. You could sub out the last 5 minutes with a pro gamer, and Dragon would be in the exact same situation. Whereas Tech is not. I don't feel like skipping the Reaver's good.
Ah. Oh. Prison tight.
Oh, I don't love Dragon giving him the high ground like that. Where's that Reaver? It's got to be. Okay, here it is. Here, hold. And then he can expand. So the problem for Tech is going to be he has all these Dragoons, but he can't actually do what he wants to do with them. He can't deny the expansion. And then Dragon's going to get a second Reaver, then he's going to get a shuttle. Oh, beautiful micro back on the Reaver. That's exactly what he's got to do. And yeah, I mean, he never stood a chance there. That was never going to work. Don't know about this. This is a little bit ambitious.
Yeah.
Oh, manually targeting scabs though. We've got Bonif here today.
Whoa.
Yeah, I mean, it comes back to you get
surprised.
aggression against what?
I'm surprised with the decision making here because he could easily take an expansion and then follow up with a Reaver and be on equal okay, maybe not equal terms, but very close to his opponent because he would have fewer Reavers at the beginning and things like that, but he would have the advantage in goons, so it would all go out to the micro and targeting.
But Tech can be an emotional player from time to time. He's very good, but I mean, I've seen him tilting games against me. It happens. But so if you imagine a world where Dragon went for the Nexus before the Robo, we saw that Reaver arrive just as the free gate push hit Dragon's natural. In the world where the Nexus he goes Nexus then Robo, Reaver's delayed by like another 15 seconds. Tech takes control of the natural with that timing attack. Either the goons fight and Tech wins decisively, or the goons don't fight and Tech takes the high ground, which is what his probe was looking for. Tech was doing a real build that had a real timing against something that Dragon wasn't doing, And Tech knew the Dragon wasn't doing it.
Yeah, like I said, strange decision making. Okay.
He checked. I love that he checked. I love that before he committed to the build, he goes, okay, let's just make sure that Dragon's vulnerable. That's exactly what you got to do. He checked and he confirms that Dragon's not vulnerable.
And still played with it. Okay. We're moving to the next game. It will be Razz versus StRyKeR. PvZ. Razz will be playing for his life. Okay. And we're starting. Okay. PvZ. Again, Polestar. StRyKeR, Red Zerg, bottom left side of the map. And Razz. Playing for his life as the blue Protoss. Top left side of the map. No cross map. I don't know what Zero did here, if he changed the map or what. But we have no more cross map situations. At least for now. I'm curious what we will see from Razz. He was trying to do some kind of shady game, or rather shenanigan game against Ziki with those 3-gate Z-lots, speed lots. Let's see what he will do against StRyKeR. And some of you on the chat wrote that currently StRyKeR's ZVP is way better than Ziki's. Apparently, I don't know if that's true, but if that's the case, I wouldn't like to be in Razz's skin.
So it's always annoying when the Overlord goes to your match when you can't even see it. The Zerg's got first scout on you and you don't even know about it.
That's why on maps like this, where it is possible to intercept the Overlord, I like to scout those locations in between.
I did the same.
Both players. Yeah. And on some maps you can even do two of those kind of scouts, right? For example, on Polypoint, you can scout one location and go to the other middle location if you're doing it after the pylon, and then you're sure where your opponent is.
Yep, that's exactly what I do. You send it to the place where the Overlord should be if they sent it the wrong way with your 8 pylon probe. And then with your 11 forward probe, you send it just in case to the other one, just in case they sent it the wrong way.
Yes. Yeah.
That probe took a lot of damage, and it's running home. Let's see if StRyKeR lets it back in, but StRyKER's Ling micro is pretty good.
But I like that StRyKeR wasn't waiting to build his first hatch on the first location. He just, okay, there's a probe, I'm going straight to the 6 o'clock base expansion and just doing it there.
This second scout probe by Razz is really good too, because the Lings followed the first probe all the way home, so in theory StRyKER knows that there isn't a scout probe on the map because he knows where the scout probe went. But Razz knows that if he doesn't get a good scout on StRyKER's build, then he has to play as if it's 3-hat Hydra, and you hate doing that because you build a bunch of cannons, then you're like, well, this was a waste of time. So the second scout probe is huge. I don't like that he's showing it right now. He should be banking that.
Exactly.
Because you need to be banking that when the Hydra timing is, but still, I like that it exists. It is really good that it exists because he has to have this information. You cannot play PvZ blind.
Yeah. Especially that he went to the 6 o'clock base, where, taking into consideration the timing, he should have known that there's a hatch already there, right?
Yeah.
Because there shouldn't be expanding towards you, so towards the natural for the expansion, for the location, but yeah.
I feel like in this situation you put the probe in the middle and you wait 2 minutes, then you send the probe into the natural.
No, the standard response is good. So okay, if there's one Zealot on the ramp, let's one Lingon on the ramp. Let's move a Zealot, but StRyKeR is anticipating that, and okay, additional Zerglings on the map. Now you can do anything. And now
I don't like that at
StRyKER
all.
Again, he's trying the same strategy as against Ziki.
And this was a second. So this was gas before third hat. He went hatchery at 6, gas in main, then hatchery at natural. So the timings here are a little bit faster than normal.
And look, 2 gates in the mineral in the expansion.
Oh, and the
Additional,
overlord's
so we got
turning
3.
round in the main too. He's going, wait a second, sorry, is there really no +1? No, you're not getting upgrades? I can't see a Stargate. Maybe a Stargate's at the natural, but why is there no +1? Like,
I would even fake it. I would even fake the +1, just for a moment. If I would see the Overlord coming back just to check, then it would say, okay, there's that Stargate in the natural.
He can see the +1 ground. He can see no Stargate, although there could be a Stargate at the natural, but I mean it's. Yeah, he just built a wall. He goes, okay, I know what you're doing. I've seen you building Zealots non-stop. I've seen you getting +1 ground. I can see there's no Stargate. Pretty sure Zealots don't hit up.
Yeah. Even with legs, they can jump. But there are still no mutas, because here, in this situation, 6 mutas are ending the game.
They are, but I mean, I think he's fine, but you're correct that there's so little air defense that he could have just won the game already. Okay, he's still building Sketch. His read is not as good as we thought it was. This is going to be an interesting game to lose if he loses it.
Mm-hmm. But this Corgus will see everything, so now he needs to move out, and now he will see exactly what's happening.
The Sketch have very little vision. Let's see if they will.
Okay, but they will move down, and they will see the
Yeah, eventually. Yeah, okay. So yeah, now it's time for him to go.
Now it's everything. Now he needs to move out.
Although StRyKeR hasn't been doing nothing during this time. Look at that drone, 31 drones. He's been
running up.
Drones, yeah.
Yes, he needs to go to the 6 o'clock. Oh, he's going to the expansion. I think this is tight wall.
Okay, here are the muta.
But the muta, the DPS isn't. Oh my god! What a building placement! I really like it.
And this is bullshit.
The second creep colony.
Just to be clear, this is bullshit. He didn't even build any defense against it. He saw that it was a speed battle and didn't build any defense.
Yeah.
He's just like, I'm just going to put my buildings here and you're in trouble.
A drone! Okay, I've got Zealots in my main, I'll build drone.
Oh yeah, to replace one he's losing. I'm pretty sure that when the Zealot showed up, he had 30 drones. Now he has 31. So that speedlot attack killed -1 drone. He's gonna need more cannons than that to defend his middle line. The Archon is not doing shit.
No. With proper micro, Archons won't do anything, right? And I anticipate StRyKeR has a decent micro. $39 drones. Saying that, we need to say also that the 8 gate, or 7 now, is quite fast. 9, 8.
It is quite fast. He has no tech.
Yeah.
So I mean, if if they were fighting on a map that was completely open in the middle and StRyKeR had to hold the middle, that'd be really dangerous. But it looks like we're fighting on this map where StRyKeR has to hold a high ground at 6 and a wall at his natural.
And we've got... Are those lurkers already?
With our lurkers.
No Robo, no Storm, no range, I think just started. So he will buy more time and probably expand more.
So StRyKeR in theory should have a lot of trouble expanding again because Razz has total map control, but at the same time Razz has no tech. StRyKeR can do what he likes in the meantime, which seems to be droning up.
What am I looking at?
You're looking at Zealots trading for probes or drones 1 for 1. It's not like StRyKER's shot on lava. He can replace all of those drones in a second.
Exactly, and exactly that. If I would face this situation, my only premise would be, okay, let me tech up as soon as possible, maybe add an additional expansion, but still, first and foremost, don't play any other expansions for dessert.
He's already taking bottom right. There's going to be lurkers on the there.
Yeah.
We've got Hive on the way. So I think StRyKER's giving up opportunities to end the game here, but he's not falling behind.
Okay, I'll deny your an expansion with Mutalink. Nope, I've got three Archons here. Okay, what do we have? We have in total 8 gates, right?
How many Evos do we have? Oh yeah, StRyKER's he's running away with this.
Yeah, but the third Evo is corrupting gas gathering.
I mean, it's I would win about 0% of my games against StRyKER from here in Razz's position. This is Razz has a strong army. If you look at the map and say, well, where's he going to attack with this strong army? There's nowhere. There's just nowhere for him to attack.
This opening has so many counters to it. The opening that Razz went for, right? If there is no Corsairs, Guardians. 2 free Guardians and your expansion is denied. Oh, and we see. Okay, Greater Spar are coming in. Defiler is a big also thing because we see that there is that fast Hive. And as you said, when Razz was bleeding army, StRyKER was just doing drones basically.
Yeah, Defiler's going to get consumed soon, and that's going to negate the Goon Ball, and then the upgrades on the Cracklings are going to negate everything else. Because we got 1-1 against 2-1-1, I think. It's triple Evo against 1 Forge. There's no late game potential here for Razz. He needs to win with this timing here before Dark Swan gets him. Yeah, he's doing it. We're seeing a lot of red coming from the bottom right, but he built a shitload of Sunkens at 6 o'clock and then only 2 Sunkens at his natural, and the Dark Swarm is just too late. Okay, it's done. Yeah. Dark Swarm is going to come down in a second, and these goons are just going to all get wiped. Or just get wiped without it.
Yeah, and we see the Guardians coming in.
So even if Razz gets 12 o'clock now, I still don't like his position. The drone count, the hatchery count, and the upgrades for Zerg are just really, really oppressive here. This is a huge deny.
Yeah.
I mean, even if Razz secured that with cannon, so what? He's got defilers.
Yeah. And the big advantage of the army that he had was he lost the army.
Yeah, he had a complete wipe. It's kind of like PvT in that regard, where if you lose the goon half of your army, it's very difficult to remake. There are units you can trade away, and there are units that you can't trade away. And if you get your army wiped, that's problematic.
So basically now we've got a Protoss player on one expansion versus the player that has 3 working expansions. Probably soon will take more.
And the Zerg saturation is nuts. Razz is still building probes, I don't know if I like that. He's got 132 supply and 61 of its probes.
Hero shuttle trying to do something. Oh my god! Look at that! Went through the whole map, nothing scouted. Yeah, 2 Hydras. And scored. Oh!
StRyKeR's pretty good
Oh.
at this game, man.
Yeah. Yeah, he is. Oh.
This poor Protoss army, he's got no idea what's about to hit it. It's like, I've got 140 supply, I've got a bunch of storms, I'm feeling pretty good about myself. It's a nice death pool. Meanwhile, if you look at the mini-map...
Yeah.
Oh
Oh
no.
my god. Now in catch-up.
Let's see how good his shield upgrades are. I'm thinking, not great.
2.
No, his shield upgrades are 0.
The shield, okay, armor.
And his armor upgrades are he has 1 hit point because of Plague, so good luck.
No. Look at that red line of probably Zergling streaming through the map. No,
Yeah, we're watching StRyKeR not micro his army at all, but there's still 400 APM there. It's just he has too much to send. He doesn't have time to control his units. He's only select 12 at a time.
We have GG. Yeah.
I mean, Razz got to stop doing that build, man. It's not gonna work.
No. For example, if he would go instead of the main today with those initial zealots to the 6 o'clock expansion, he could do more damage there. Of course, that wouldn't be killing StRyKeR because there were those mutas, but yeah, some decisions could have been made differently and potentially could extend the game. But in general, I think that StRyKeR is just good, and that's that.
Yeah, like StRyKeR was passing opportunities to win the game earlier on, but that's because he had a clear vision of how he was going to win it. He said, okay, I'm going Hive, I'm going Defiler, I'm going triple Evo, I'm going 50 drones. And once he gets into that game state, I mean, he's going to win the game. It's so even though we were looking at saying, well, there's a naked base here he could take, he could use the Mutilator to do this or do that. It's just he was playing his game the entire time, and Razz never slowed it down. StRyKeR was always where he wanted to be.
Yeah. Okay, I think we can slowly move to the next game, and next game will be Butte. It will be DragOn versus StRyKeR. Okay. Yet another PvZ or ZVP. We've got StRyKeR as the red Zerg, bottom left side of the map, whereas DragOn is on the top left side of the map. Blue Protoss PvZ. This time Ruddy on the map.
What do you think the odds are that DragOn goes Corsairs?
I would say 100% in. For sure he will open with a Corsair. That's just the golden standard. Of course, unless the game won't finish earlier. That happens sometimes. but in general, I would say that that DragOn will for sure open with that. So, I'm curious. Okay, we've got what? At a 9 pool or over pool
Yep, overpool.
for StRyKeR.
Overpool seems to be the standard that we're seeing out of. Games. I mean, I've only watched this most recent ASL, but overpool seems to be what they like.
Oh, and DragOn is trying Nexus first build.
11 Nexus is safe versus overpool.
Yeah.
Although Radiant's a big map, but it is close position. It's a bit dicey.
Yeah. Oh, StRyKeR was searching for the probe if it was coming in, so now he can think, okay, it's not close map or anything, close location.
That's an interesting point. You're right, because he knows it's not bottom right, and he knows that there could have been a probe if it was top left. Top left. So yeah, he might be thinking it's cost based on the lack of probe scout, even though really it's just the dragon's fast expanding.
Exactly. Now we'll see the forge and the cannon. And we see only 4 links. Okay.
This is best case scenario for DragOn, honestly.
Yeah.
Although he hasn't scouted yet, so he might go second cannon, because if it's 6 links, you do need 2 cannons, but he's gambling that it's not 6, and he's correct. So against the 4 links, 1 cannon is enough. He is getting away with absolutely everything that he wants.
But it needs to be said that he wasn't still scouted, so even if it would be 6, StRyKeR wouldn't know where to go.
And this is the dream start for DragOn. This is actually a really significant lead, because if you do this, then it moves up your Stargate timing, which makes it so much easier to defend against Hydra Bust, for example, because you get the information earlier, so you can build the cannons later. You don't have to preemptively build them. You get an extra Overlord kill if it's the regular lair play. It's like, this is just fantastic as you get away with this. It's just a pure hard counter opener.
The only other thing that could gone better was if he would be able to scout his main. That's that. Yeah, and this, like, because maybe we'll explain a little bit more. This way, especially if you have a little bit faster courser, because look at this building. He has only 1 pylon. He didn't have to build another pylon in the main to secure his probe or zealot production, and so he could have a faster cyber core. And this gives the couple of seconds of advantage.
Oh, Links went off the ramp. Is he going to get in?
I like the... okay. Oh, no! Oh my god. He didn't see that those rings were moving out. Maybe now?
Oh, that's a huge catch.
Oh my god.
So that's links he doesn't need to build, and also if the Zealot's just sitting there, he can watch the drone production and see if the guy's skipping drones for for Hydras. That's a big pick.
Okay, and how far away? Yeah, we've got like cursor coming in, whereas StRyKeR is like 30-40% spire in.
So it looked like DragOn was skipping his +1 air for slightly, or delaying his +1 air for slightly faster Citadel. That's interesting to me. Maybe he knows that StRyKeR doesn't like to go muter, because we haven't seen StRyKeR go like quick muter. So this is like, this is not a Corsair for map. It's not a Corsair for air control. It's not a 1-1 timing. This is a Corsair for scouting, but he's going straight into the speed.
Okay. He checks
Second gas.
We see second gas, hatchery. So now he should be able to kill at least 1 or even 2.
If he can find them. Okay, there it goes, yeah.
Then here's one.
Yeah, kill one there and then one on the map in theory.
Yeah.
And that's the power of
If he
that
was-
that Nexus First. That Nexus First is just making a huge difference.
He won't be able to find another one.
Well, as long as he gets the Corsairs out, he's still happy.
Yeah. Especially the second gas, it gives a little bit of a nod towards the possibility that this is actually a Muta build.
Yeah, and we see he's gone back for his +1 air at this point. So he went for Citadel for speed first, but once he confirmed that we were playing against the Zerg with Spire and 2 gas, he went back.
Nice. Didn't lose any Zerglings, though 2 were severely injured.
I think there's a world here where Dragon goes 8 gate and just busts, honestly. If he plays this safe, just build up his gateways. The Nexus First opener has... he's up 12 workers.
Yeah. And look, again drones. Right.
StRyKeR does love building drones. Well known for it.
Where are those players?
The Corsairs are back home until they get their 5 and +1. They're not interested in this.
Okay.
If he'd gone straight to the third base, he could have done a fair bit more damage there, because there were no Hydra
Yeah.
first. But even so, I mean, he's not unhappy with this. His Corsair counter caught up. He can contest the 39 to it. His StRyKER's good at those drones.
Yeah.
Are we just on 5 hat or 6 hat? Where's the 6 hat?
No, 5. Ah, this is 6. Okay. Ah, strange building placement. Okay.
I think Dragon's got this. That gateway time is nice. He's not even cutting probes especially. He's just got a lot of stuff. If there's a robo coming, then I don't see how Dragon's army is stoppable.
There's no robo, but Lurker just parted, so there's still plenty time. Oh, nice catch with those Corsairs.
Well, it's not this army that I'm thinking is going to be unstoppable for Dragon. It's the one that comes out in 2 minutes when his gateways produce 2 rounds of goons each.
Oh my god, nice.
That'll do it. Oh, Corsairs are... Oh.
3, 4.
Yep, that makes
Initial
4.
4 HDs.
Okay, now we've got a game, because the High Templar Storm timing is non-existent now, and Hydras are really good. But StRyKER can't build any units, because he's got no overlords.
Yeah.
Dragon has no defense, and StRyKER has no attack. What's going on with that robo timing? Is this an Oya game?
I think the robo was just placed next to the Nexus. Yeah.
I don't like this. He's missing his timing. You look at the supplies right now, he could absolutely be dominating the map if he pushed out with massive goons, some High Templar, and an Observer. But if there's no Observer with the army and there's some Lurkers on the high ground, you can't do anything.
Oh my god! Will this Muta kill the gateway? Maybe. Yeah. Okay. But DragOn is taking 12 o'clock expansion at the same time.
And there's no Lurkers. So StRyKeR's had Lurker tech for about, what, 2 years at this point?
Yeah, something like that.
He's got 1200 gas. I mean, he went 3 gas for the quick Lurkers.
Very
Where
few
are they?
mutas, so he has that. Oh, here is the first one.
And
But
this
I
is doing
think
so much more damage than it should have. There should have just been the Zealots run up onto the high ground. There were 3... Oh, okay. In that game. Maybe there's some kind of like gentleman's agreement where DragOn said he wasn't going to go Observers and StRyKeR said he wasn't going to go Lurkers.
and both light at the end of the day. Oh, yeah, maybe there's something about it, but still. Look, 1600 gas.
StRyKER's got that giant drone count that's ready to saturate 6 o'clock, and he doesn't have 6 o'clock. And it's... This is really screwed with where he wants to be. He's got the economy, but he doesn't have the base.
I think that now StRyKeR is the DragOn needs to add like 3-4 more gateways, and can probably roll through. Okay, really nice.
Of course, Corsairs finally went down, and so he built some Mutas. Love it.
Yeah, yeah.
And DragOn does not have enough goons to escort his army right now. He's actually not that high on... Actually, his army is entirely goons. I thought there might be some Zealots in there, but no, it's just goons.
But the goons is like 2 groups of goons. Okay, he can kill the mutas, but he can deny the snipes. And StRyKeR is doing more mutas.
I like this. This is good for StRyKeR. This is what he needs to do.
Mm-hmm.
You kill the Corsairs, and you immediately build a wave of mutas, because they are such a force multiplier for your hiders.
Okay. Now the crucial. How many?
Just 2.
Only 2.
But each
Only
of the
2.
2 that he got had 200 energy, and also the third one has used all its storms, so we've got rid of 6 storms there. And he only has 1 storm left.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of dragoons, but he has 1 storm total.
Mm-hmm.
I like DragOn to supply a lot, but he's not pushing into a Hydra 270-degree arc with no storms, surely.
Where is the observer? Yeah. Oh, I wouldn't.
Here's the 270.
Oh my god.
And this is why you build the mutas.
In the same time, the 4th expansion of DragOn is being denied.
This was absolutely textbook, and it's kind of a throw by DragOn because he shouldn't have pressed for the attack after he lost all the storms. But at the same time, StRyKeR set himself up for this.
And both players made some mistakes, but still, the game is still ongoing. Let's wait.
This is StRyKeR making his own luck, is what I'm saying. This worked because StRyKeR created the conditions for it to work by building those mutas at that timing and hitting the timing he did. StRyKeR didn't get lucky here. He created the situation where DragOn could make the mistake that he did.
Yeah, but in the same time, going for with that small army for the middle of the middle of the map, 6 o'clock base wasn't a good move by DragOn. Like, if I would have one storm available, I wouldn't be so
Absolutely,
feeling
yeah.
so comfortable moving around the base, around the map.
Yeah. You're feeling good when you have 4 High Templar with 2 storms apiece. Then the Muta come in, and you go down to having 1 storm left, and you have to turn around.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, he didn't need to kill 6. He'd already taken 12, and he was already taking 10 o'clock. So 6 doesn't put Zerg into a winning position. 6 keeps Zerg in the game. But you can say, okay, you've got 6, that's allowed. I will start taking top right, and we'll split the map. You don't need to make YOLO plays in that situation.
I feel that a lot of players, myself included, quite often don't think about the situation that they are currently in the game, right? Okay, playing a little bit mechanically, not thinking, oh my god, nah again, Mutas. Really nicely played.
Yeah, no storms at all there. I don't know if he has the energy upgrade on his High Templar, if those ones are just cast already, but yeah, just didn't even cast any storms.
Wasn't there a recent ASL game where I think, I don't know what was the Zerg, that I think made 2 or 3 rounds of Mutat switches just to kill those kind of snipe those kind of High Templar.
I mean, that's why you do it. You see, we're seeing it work. This might be a little bit too aggressive. Oh, those are nice storms. The Zealots need to get
When you
back.
when you micro with your Muta, you don't have the APM to micro with the Hydras at the same time.
Oh, look at that drone count though.
Yeah.
StRyKeR is exactly where he wants to be right now. He's gotten back into this in a big way.
Yeah, you can feel that or see that StRyKeR is feeling comfortable with this late game ZVP style.
With that in mind, maybe I can forgive DragOn for attacking 6, because I mean, if the alternative to attacking 6 is playing StRyKeR late game, even if you're going into the late game with an advantage, you're still playing StRyKeR late game. It doesn't feel good.
Maybe you've got a point. Maybe that was the thought process behind the whole situation.
There's a big supply deficit. There are no storms, but there's a big supply deficit.
Yeah.
With Defiler should be done though. Hive is done. Crackling should be done. These goons look scary until they don't. Where's the Defiler and the Cracklings?
There are 2 free storms available in the army, so this move landing on the rally point of the third player is actually a crucial thing. Oh my god, he lost all the observers. Now he will have to snipe those snoopers or kill them with the storms. And the storms there's 1 observer actually.
The supply gap's actually closing pretty significantly, even though it looks like every battle Dragon's winning. The supply gap is kind of closing, but where is the Dark Swarm? The Dark Swarm saves him.
Oh my god, it looks really good for DragOn, and we have a GG.
Where was that Hive
This was
tech?
so this was so back and forth. Those Muta snipes, the snipe of the 6 o'clock base. Really enjoyed it. Surprised with the outcome, but enjoyed it. So we've got now DragOn, BO, so starting being the top player in the group. Really good game.
It was a really good game. Although it's, I want to try and remember that this started off with like the biggest Protoss eco cheese you could do. Like this was StRyKeR was fighting uphill for the entire game, just because Protoss Protoss timings were kind of crazy.
No, that's true. That's true. Still, I won't complain. Protoss won. Don't have anything against that. Okay. I think we will start soon. Another game. Another DVP. StRyKeR versus TEK.
I'm watching the delayed stream on that game. So the Hive finished and he didn't start his Defiler Den immediately. There's a pretty significant delay on the Defiler Den, and it's costing him. The Hive was done by like 1740, and then the game ends at like 20 with no Defilers.
Yeah, I'm also looking at the late stream, and I can see that there's a lot of larva not being utilized, even though StRyKeR has the money to spend it. But I think you were right with the statement that the lack of Hive tech was one of the things, because we saw that Dragon's army was predominantly composed of dragons, no pun intended. But so therefore, one Defiler with a swarm would push back this, right?
Yeah, it really is one Defiler with a swarm, and no amount of goons can do anything. It's so sad as Protoss when that happens. You bust through everything, and then you get to the natural, and there's a swarm.
Okay. Let's move to the next game. StRyKeR versus TEK. And we've got TEK as the blue Protoss bottom left side of the map, and StRyKeR top left side of the map as the red Zerg. Again, we have Radium. And I'm curious, what will be the opening from TEK? And because we saw that StRyKeR is a creature of habit, opened 2-3 times the same with the same opening, and as you said, it appears to be a standard nowadays for ZVP. Let's see. Interesting scouting pattern by StRyKeR. Look at where's the oath moving.
Well, that's towards the closest natural, right?
Yeah, but I mean, it's usually it's going a little bit on the top side, a little bit up, above the 12 o'clock expansion, because then it's difficult to scout with the probe. You know, I'm sometimes anticipating. Okay, I'm looking with the initial probe for that, but usually I'm not able to see it. Catch that overload.
So is this our first gateway expand PGZ?
Yeah. Okay, let's see. How will StRyKeR micro that down? Maybe TEK will be able to deal some damage to StRyKeR.
Well, we saw Dragon's first Zealot got approximately 0 lane kills, 0 drone kills, just immediately got surrounded. StRyKeR's pretty good at his micro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It looks so in the last game or two. But still we see that we need to remember that that probe kill, that's crucial.
That is absolutely crucial, as you say. That is devastating.
You shouldn't. And we just know StRyKeR is seeing that this is a gateway opening.
So if StRyKeR
it's-
pulls off the gas, gets speed only, 10 drones is enough to build links out of 3 hatcheries. He can build links non-stop out of 3 hatcheries with those 10 drones. If he wants to, he's done with his economy. He could just end this game, and there's no way that Tech could see it coming.
If speed will be there, then for sure. We see, what do we see from Trek? We see 3 pylons, gateway, nexus, no forge, no gas, no nothing. Forge in the back. I anticipate that that's a forge in the main being built to avoid sniping in the later phase of the game. And there is actually a layer before speed.
Yeah, StRyKeR doesn't play so reactive. He's got his own plan on how he's going to win. He's just going to follow his plan. But I mean, if I'm a Zerg here and the Pro does the gateway expand and loses his scout probe immediately, I'm just going links. I don't care.
Links or Hydra boss, one of two. And like you will have a 90% win ratio.
Yeah, and what are the odds that the Protoss goes blind 3 cannons? Like,
Will he catch this probe? I would say yes.
yeah, it's not looking good for the probe.
I would be so frustrated as Tech. But still, at this point in the game, there's nothing StRyKeR can do with that. But look at the difference in the timing. Last game, we had a Corsair coming in when Auras are being built, when the Spire was like 30%, 40% off. Right? Here we have a Spire being started and the Stargate being started.
So this 3 Zealot move out is good, but it's Tech acting because he has so little information. He has to play like this, but he doesn't like to. He doesn't know if it's mass speedling, if it's Hydras. He's got to try and get some information. But at the same time, you can only use 3 Zealot because you have to keep the wall up at home, so you have to put a Zealot on a probe in there. And you know that, like, best case scenario, your 3 Zealots go out and you see, okay, it wasn't Massling, it wasn't Hydra. I'm just going to get deflected by speedlings, but you still need to make them deflect you just to get the information. It's the correct thing to do, but it never feels good to do it.
Still blind, right?
Well, he did a poke with the
blind.
Zealots, and he's also you're playing against StRyKeR, so you've got a reasonable idea that it's going to be standard.
It should be the case, but yeah, you know, everything is possible. That's why he's scouting this way to search for any potential Hydras.
So Tech isn't cutting any corners here. He's doing the things that he has to do. So he's building the extra cannon just in case there's Hydra pressure. He's building a cannon in his main. He's getting the +1 air. He's building enough Corsairs. None of this feels good to do because everything's a little bit late. You'd want to cut something to do a recovery play, but then you risk losing the game. He's playing this in a disciplined and like technically correct way, which I like.
A solid standard play. Maybe you will be able to catch. I don't know. Okay. Or maybe. Oh, nice reaction time. Pretty good.
The issue he's going to have is that compared to the last game with the +1 speed lot timing and the Corsair timing are just completely different. He's going down the same path, but he's a long way further back. You look at what StRyKeR's got to deflect this. He's got no trouble. He's got the SimCity and a bunch of Hydras ready behind it.
But I think StRyKeR didn't see, or did he see? Yeah. Okay. I think StRyKeR then had like 3 Hydras. He only had 12 at least, right? So that's the time difference that the bust, the first Nexus first Echo bust gave you.
Is this a 5-hat? The drone count's low. I think this might be a 5-hat.
Yep.
Oh, and the Corsair never
5-hat.
scouted it because the Corsair was... Actually, the Corsair did scout this.
Yeah, this did.
Okay, let's see how many cannons Tech is making. Okay, good. You need more than that, though. I would say another 2 cannons. 5-hat is really frustrating to play against, especially when you play 6 against 6-hat like 90% of the time.
Yeah, the difference is that there will be a pre-storm timing, bust timing, right?
Yep. You play against 6-hat most of the time, you get really comfortable with it.
And then 5-hat and like, why is this so fast, right?
Yeah, it's a skill check. It's you either scout it and you have 5 cannons, or you didn't scout it, you have 2 cannons and you die. Interesting. So StRyKeR was on 5-hat 31 drones for a long time, and I was expecting to pull the trigger. And I think if he had pulled the trigger, it would have worked. He would have killed the gateway and the core at the very least. But I think there would have been too few cannons. The storm would have been too late. But instead, he just goes up to 50 drones, which is also good.
And on top of killing the gate, he would kill the cyber core, what could have later phase of the game delayed. First, gun range, second, robo timing. I like that he have hidden the zealot on the right side of the map.
Yeah, but
They should be more active. Yeah, the vision of StRyKeR is impossible. Is amazing.
And Tech lost 1 Corsair, which means there's a group of 4 Corsair, not 5. 5 Corsair can go around keeping the Overlords kind of contained. 4 Corsairs, if you try that, you're going to end up getting scourged.
Is Tech... Did Tech went up to 8 gate? Already? Or not yet? Yeah. And there's the Robo, so there is a little bit of a breather, but yeah.
He's missed his window
already
though.
There.
Yeah.
Yeah.
StRyKER's already taken 12, he's already droned up. So, like, Tech wants to be hitting right now when there's 60 drones, but they haven't actually got the money yet. And he's got a bunch of high Templar with high energy. He can push out and then reinforce to 8 gate, get effective storm trades, but he's missed it. Where does he attack now? Does he attack the high ground at 12 o'clock, the ramp with the Sunkens and Lurkers at 10, or where all of StRyKER's deep Lurker field is? I don't think there's a good option here.
I agree. Especially that the ops is yet not there. So basically, even if Tech would like to, there's no possibility to attack anywhere.
I would like to see a wave of mutas though. We have 8 storms here, and we've seen before that 8 storms is quite a lot of damage.
Oh.
6 storms. 5. 3.
4, 3. That's one way of decreasing the storm numbers.
And that's I don't think that he can actually fight anymore. It's 3 storms is fewer than 8.
You can deny math. You're right. And I would say that the only option, and it's only to prolong and maybe the later prolong the game and find a loophole in the later phase of the game, is to play a little bit more defensive and take the 6 o'clock, take the instantly. And
Okay,
then
but then you're
go
committing yourself
with
to a late
Robo.
game against StRyKER. And StRyKER has how many Evos, and where's his high vet?
Yes, but it's like you're trying to find a way to come back to the game because you can't attack anywhere, right?
Yeah, I agree that attacking's I think StRyKeR is doing a great job here of just strategically cornering his opponent. He says, well, if you want to attack me, that's a bad idea. If you want to play late game with me, well, go ahead.
And look, he has everywhere scourges just for drops. He has here on 12 o'clock. He has the proper number of hatches. He has the hive. He has the evolved embers and doing upgrades. And taking additional bases. So you can see that he feels very comfortable in the late game PvZ, ZVP.
If he gets Defilers, though. This game, I want to see Defilers.
Yeah.
I don't want to spend ages talking about how good StRyKER's late game is, only to see him get run over by goons. I like this movement. And this is it's the thing that we just talked about earlier with army movement PvC, where you really want to keep your entire army together and have be as powerful as you can. But if you do that against the Zerg, they will just backstab you all the time. Map position matters.
Yeah, but I really don't fully understand when you take a base, you stand there, a High Templar 3-4 Zealot, just in case. My god, now he will be sandwiched.
And he has no observers as well.
Yeah. Oh, now it's target fire.
Yeah, it's not looking good for Protoss.
No, it doesn't. Of course, no, it doesn't. And I feel the pain. I feel it.
He's going to take a look at... You already took a look at this base. You went there before. There was Lurkers and Sunkens. You know what's there.
I just wanted to say a second ago, I feel the GG timing coming in. Tech
didn't play that badly, honestly.
No.
So it was a tough game after you lose that first scout probe, and it's always going to be, because going for a gateway opener, you're forced to make tough decisions. The only way you can make them correctly is if you have the information. If you don't have it, you have to try and do everything, which is what he did. He was ticking all of the boxes. He was saying, okay, I need to be safe against this, I need to be safe against that. But then there's no timings, and StRyKER just builds a load of drones.
You need to take the middle road, and the middle road is it's just buying you time to potentially come back later on. But it's very, very, very difficult. And he didn't lose only his first probe, but I think the second also scouting probe was denied. And so it was he was playing fully blind up until the scout, the Corsair. Okay. So we've got Ziki 2-2, StRyKER 2-2, and Tech 2-2, and DragOn 4-0. Oh my god! So we've got a tiebreaker. What now, Zero? Tell us what now.
Unmute myself. So guys, we have a tiebreaker. Ziki won with StRyKER, StRyKER won with Tech, and Tech won with Ziki. So now the direct match rule appears to be working over here. They have the same score.
Yeah.
So we will just have a tiebreaker, best of one between the guys again. But I don't know if there are available. Like, I mean, I have a Tech available. I can see Ziki on the Discord as well. So maybe we will take a 3-minute short break, and we will be most likely back with Ziki versus Tech. Okay, guys, you are muted.
Hi guys, we are back, and probably the last game of today will be TOP4 versus Sziky. Unless StRyKeR will show up, then other games will also take place. But as for now, StRyKeR Sziky versus TOP4, and it will be on Radion if I see correctly. Interesting rematch. Let's see how this will go. Maybe Sziky was warming up, and I think that my biggest surprise is that actually Sziky, Sziky's 2-2. It's maybe it's just in my head. Back from the days when I was actively playing with people like Sziky, when he was like the top-notch player. And in my head, it's like, okay, he has it, and here we can see that he is 2-2. So I'm looking forward to seeing it. And TOP4 really played nicely in the first games against Ziki, and quite decently, even though I have made a couple of mistakes against StRyKeR. So I'm really looking forward to this game. What about you, Mr. Quark?
Yeah, it should be good. I think Ziki games that he lost in PvZ, they were both to the same thing, where the Protoss came out with a big timing off of 2 bases, and Ziki took a bad engage using Hydra Lurker, but did not have sufficient numbers, and the storms were just too oppressive. Or in one of them, he was going for the High Templar strikes with snipes with the Hydra list, and by the time he sniped the High Templar, he had lost all his Hydras to the goons anyway. We'll see if the same thing happens, because I mean, he's lost to it twice. It's something that TOP4 can definitely do.
Looking forward to this game. We'll see. Zero, are you there? Do we have a game? Okay, so we need to wait a minute or two. Just giving the players a moment. Okay, so we're waiting for TOP4. In a moment, he'll be back.
So the 2 games we've seen from TOP4, one was the forward expand and one was the gate expand, is that correct?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Though it was 2 different maps, I'm wondering if he has a different play style depending on map, or just trying different variances of builds, of openings, just to playing to his strengths. Because the forge opening was on Polestar, whereas gate opening was on Radion. Sometimes it makes a difference. Okay, guys, we've got the players. We're starting the game. It will be live, casted to you by myself, Mazur, and Mr. Quark. Okay, red Protoss player, top right side of the map. Map, of course, Radion. And we have our player, TOP4, who's 2-2 and currently Tiebreaker, playing against our blue Zerg Ziki on the bottom left side of the map.
Azure, can we take a look at text mining just for a second? I messaged Vaz on Discord. I messaged Vaz on Discord about optimized mining. This is it. Just what everything TOP4 is doing right now. This is what you do. Absolutely perfect mining. Just love to see it.
It gives you a little bit of an edge and a good feeling. Okay, I'm doing everything possibly can to have even a slight edge. And we have this Pylon Scout.
Wolfix is subber Gosu for 7 months.
Okay, so we're going forward again.
Yeah.
And overpull.
Yeah, like you said, the overpull appears to be a golden standard now, but we don't see a forge yet. So it's a little bit delayed forge. He wanted to see if Ziki's on the left side, if he would have been, and wouldn't open with overpull or 9 pull, then I think that we could have seen Nexus first. But either way, we see a 2 probe scout after the forge. So now he knows. Of course, there's a trick here. Maybe not a trick. When you are opening with a forge and scouting with 2 probes, there is also always a possibility of a cannon rush behind the minerals. You can look for the third hatch. Sometimes it works to cannon rush the third hatch, especially when you are showing the first probe, for example, running around the base and occupying your opponent.
Yeah, again, we're seeing very, very proper play by Tech. He's not cutting any corners at all. He's doing it by the book. Hopefully, he keeps the probe alive this time. But yep, timings are all exactly standard. Just playing like he would against anyone else.
Oh, no. Too fast. Make around. Okay. Probe is heavily damaged, but still scouting, being able to scout, it's crucial to keep this probe as long as possible, just to be able to check if there isn't any Hydra bust coming in or something like that. The ideal situation is if you can scout the layer time.
So if I'm in this position, I send a second probe to the middle line right now. I just drill it there because it will get in, and you have to see the Hydras.
Yeah. And we that drone that was going, I was like, oh my god, we see a Hydra, but no.
No second probe on the map. Okay, he's sending one out now. Nope, not. Okay. He's not making this easy for himself here. He's either going to have to just take some chances, or he's going to have to play safe. Based on what we've seen before, I suspect he's going to play safe, but I mean, that doesn't help him.
Yeah. You need to, like we said, playing safe, yeah, okay, fine, but at some point it doesn't give you the data that you need to know to make proper decisions. Like, okay, I can put an additional gateway right now, or start with 1 fire instead of 5, and things like that, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's, as you say, it doesn't let you take any shortcuts.
Okay, we've got Plasma starting for Tech. CyberCore, I think, is nearly finished. Even Stargate is almost finished. And this Stargate timing is way faster than from the first game. Or maybe the Spire is a little bit later. But either way, it's a better timing. We can see the speed here, picked up 1 Zealot, the damage Zealot. So now Tech is moving back, not to waste any more units. I like the additional gateway in the expansion, really do.
Yeah, that's another just technically very correct thing. So you build the second gateway in the expansion so that in the worst case scenario, if Muta overrun your main, then you can always build a Archon at your natural. It's the correct thing to do. And that is the one thing that, like, if you watch Tech play, it's very technically studied. He's not free-handing it.
The funny part is, always I see this, I was like, okay, this is a good move, but then I'm playing and like automatically putting my gateways in the main. muscle memory. You need to fight it. But here we have a proper execution of this opening build. Hydras incoming, so nothing out of the ordinary. We see additional hatches from Sziky, so it's a 6th hatch. Similar to the first 2 or 3 games, each ZVP game he played in a similar manner. Oh my god!
Oh, that's sloppy.
That's floppy.
And that ruins that timing.
Yeah, especially that we saw that he selected, he moved those units around. Oh, an automatic response first 6.
Yeah, and that just kills the timing. Speed ups are ready, but the 5 Corsairs won't be there.
Yeah. We got 4 mutas and probably additional coming in. 5 mutas. 6 mutas. Let's split those around. Ah, nice pull. I thought that I heard a third shot of the blade of the Z-Lob, but Ziki appeared to manage to move the drone back, and we have the 6 or 5 Corsair there. Although before they came to cover the expansion, 3 or 4 probes died.
Yeah, I think it was at least 4.
4 gates. Yeah.
And this is not good for tech. The +1 speed is deflected with no damage done. Had to go an extra Corsair. He's losing probes, and Ziki just pulling ahead.
Okay, let's see what will be the follow-up, because we see that Sziky isn't doing any additional mutas, he isn't creating. Those are just for show, just for to keep Protoss back in his base, not to move around, to prohibit him from moving around the map. And in the same time, he spends majority of his funds on Hydras, and he will have a flood Hydras in a moment. Okay. Ziki's moving out. Ziki, yeah, sorry, Tech is moving out. A little bit of a group, Zealots and 3 or 4 High Templars, but those Cursors need to be over the High Templars just to defend them from the mutas. Okay.
I don't like this at all.
How will...
These High Templar are all going to die with 1 storm apiece. If you wait and keep them home and you build up energy, you can get 2 storms out of them. If you throw them away at this point in the game, then you are losing the extra storm that you're not getting. Like, even if these storms are good, which these storms were good, you have to replace all those High Templar.
Oh my god, there's a 8 or 9 Corsairs.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that, but unless it gets a permanent supply block, I don't know that it's going to do as much as he wants. That was an interesting play, though. Yeah, the problem is that all his gas has gone on Corsairs. He's lost his High Templar. If the Hydra come across the map later, what does he do?
And actually didn't deal that much damage. Because what did he do? He killed a group or 2 of Hydras. Yeah, that's that. Oh, and there are still only 6 gates. At this point in the game, it should be at least 8.
The gas is really going to be an issue. That's a nice catch. But like Protoss, they have a lot of things that they want to spend gas on in the sort of later part of the mid game. They want to start building Mass Dragoon. They want to get Dragoon range. They want to get the Robo. They want to start doing double upgrades. You do that by not building High Templar. You get like 4 or 5 High Templar, and then you just build up energy. You can't do that if you run out with your High Templar with 1 storm apiece.
Exactly. Okay, maybe he'll be able to deny. No, he won't be able to deny this expansion. But he's killing some overlords. Supply blocking Sziky for a moment there, but the expansion is already there, right? And
Yeah, this
he
isn't
lost
working.
his entire army. Maybe not entire, but we can see that Tech was trying to get a fast second base, right? Second expansion, but that didn't work. As a response, he should add at least a couple of gateways to total to 8 or 10, because the initial attack didn't work. The expansion didn't work, so he should be. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's bad. That is a big loss.
Yeah.
And at least they only had 1 storm apiece because they were new High Templar. They hadn't had time to build up the energy. But I mean, losing 2 of the 3 without casting a storm, that's rough.
I like this supply blocking from time to time, but still, this won't give him the edge that he needs. Okay, and the lurkers are out on the map. Robo is there, but observatory, I don't see any observatory.
Even if Hydra Lurker walk across the map right now, how many storms does Tech have? I think it's 1. And it's because his gas is stretched. Okay, it's 2 storms and 1 High Templar. But it's he can't spend gas on everything he wants, and he's just cutting the storms. But the storms are not the thing you want to cut. But also the observers aren't the thing you want to cut, and the goons aren't the thing you want to cut. There's no.
Basically, you don't want to cut anything. Oh.
And that's why you don't do this. You cannot afford to replace the High Templar later on. You never ever run out with the High Templar that early.
Yeah, but still nice engagement here, but yeah, he was trying to deny the 6-second base, but there are lurkers here, and there is no orb with this army, so this was denied. Okay, here we have the observatory. Now Tech went up to 10 gates, but this is way too late.
And there just aren't any storms. The Hydras are just running up to the Dragoons and doing what they like. With no storm threat, I mean, Hydras are pretty powerful.
And still, no additional expansion for Tech.
I don't see
Doesn't
a
look
condition
good for others. Yeah,
it's
just wanted to say exactly the same thing.
It's such a weird play too.
Think alike.
Well, that's just it's running out 3 High Templar with like 8 speed lots early game. 8 speed lots can't even defend the High Templar. The High Templar are slower, and like the Hydras can just dance around and snipe them.
That's why I don't like going out with speedlot High Templar combo. I wait for goons. Only. Yeah, and if I'm going out with High Templars, there need to be goons, because I will be out micro if the third player has proper Hydra micro, and all of them have it because it's easy.
Yeah, it's the storm. Most of the time, the storm doesn't do the damage. What does the damage is that they're busy dodging storms, running back and forwards. They go in to engage, you storm, and they had to run all the Hydras back. And there's 12 goons shooting at them the entire time.
Exactly.
If you skip the 12 goons part, then you're just going to throw away the High Templar. He's not getting probes to that base at 12.
Yeah, I think we got like a 1.5 control group of lurkers everywhere.
So if Ziki runs up and tries to attack 12 into a storm, or into 2 storms, and that could... Okay, this could be an opportunity.
Or not.
Yeah, I mean, there was no reason to do that attack. There was no way of ever getting any probes there. It was not like a good idea, and it still worked.
And I feel that after this attempt, GG timing will be
Yeah, he's got
approaching
5
very
Dragoons,
fast.
1 High Templar. Okay, that's 2 more High Templar, okay. But, I mean, you can see that his Dragoon build is just not Dragoons, because he just doesn't have the gas all game.
And we have GG. So it appears that Sziky will be second in the group.
I don't know what to say. I mean, just, you can't do that.
Yeah. Zero, can you tell us if StRyKeR by any chance showed up? Okay. Okay, so we've got Ziki and DragOn advancing from the first 2 spots, right? And StRyKeR and Tech to the loser bracket. Okay. So that would be that for today. I don't think that we have anything more to cast today. Zero, do you want to add something? Oh. You can do it. You can do it. Mm.
Okay, so I wanted to show the
Of
tomorrow
course.
group because tomorrow we will have Bone, Doodle, Izu, Madinho, and Terror, and they will play all the games live. So it's going to be interesting. 2 Protosses, 1 Zek, and 2 Terrans. And after that, we will have a group draw. Not the group draw, but bracket draw. So players who finished first will play with players who finished second in the winner bracket and third versus fourth spot in the loser bracket. So yeah, that's what will happen over there. But of course, we want to thank to our fantastic supporters and people who are making all that possible. So we have a lot of people to thank to. So obviously, we want to thank to Liquid Nazgul and Liquid Steve for being the sponsors of BSL19 and BSL20. And of course, we want to thank to Razz for being the sponsor of extra events like weekly tournaments, Nation Wars. We will have 18 more weekly tournaments each Saturday, 7 p.m. After BSL20, we will also have BSL Team Wars, which will be top 4 players from BSL picking their teams out of the players from Pro League, Gosu League, Hasu League, and Chobo League. Plus, we will have 2 versus 2 over there. So that's where Mr. Razz support is going this year. Huge thanks to Mr. Adun. Thanks to him, we had already LAN party in Krakow. We will have one more for sure in Warsaw, the big one, and probably the smaller one during the holidays. And huge thanks to Mr. T1 DragOn. We currently have the BSL 2 vs 2 Pro League each Friday, 9 p.m. It is happening. So huge thanks to Mr. T1 DragOn and huge thanks to Mr. LML for increasing the prize pool of weekly tournaments from $50 to $75 each. and those are extra events, but people who made this season possible, BSL20 goal supporters, so people who donated to the goal during last season, Mr. CRVT, Mr. Dianjing, Mr. Jersey, Mr. LML, Mr. Haosu, and all the other supporters. Thanks to all of you guys, we have this season happening right now. And obviously huge thanks to our amazing Patreons, Mr. Andrew with $200 a month, thank you very much. Mr. My Fleeting Dream with $100 a month, thank you very much. Mr. StRyKeR with $50 a month, thank you very much. Mr. Tupocalypse with $30 a month, thank you very much. And Mr. Skimming Gypsy, Mr. House, Mr. Madinho, Mr. Steven Robertson, Mr. KJ Streaming Channel, Mr. LML, and Mr. Nicholas Schuler with $20 a month. Thank you very much, and huge thanks to all the other Patreons and supporters. From $10 you can get replays from BSL, from $50 a month you have a monthly coaching with me, but obviously you are also supporting the going of BSL, so huge thanks to everyone who is supporting, even with the small amount or smaller amount. Every dollar matters, so thank you very much, guys. And yeah, I guess we still have our amazing casters, so I will leave you with them so they will be able to say goodbye to you guys, and tomorrow we will have Razz and Shun casting Group D. So I'm getting muted, guys.
Well, happy
Yeah,
that you invited
guys,
me.
so-
Yeah. I've been not following Broodwar for a little bit, but yeah, this was a lot of fun. Thanks for having me.
I was happy being able to cast today, especially with you, Quark. And thanks, guys, for watching us and amazing BSL. So looking forward for tomorrow's game, tomorrow's group. I'll be observing or rather watching and talking to you on the chat as well. See you guys. Have a great night.